XM202.
Of the morning, while the city sleeps, an uncommon band of heroes unites to fight the forces of evil.
The Opie Anthony Show.
Oh, my sweet Jesus.
With Op.
I want to be known as notorious. No.
Ack.
Everyone is always in my way.
Oh, you really are deluded.
And B-Cup.
Kind of fat-breasted and awful.
And surrounded by dullards.
Ben looks like poorly spliced film.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Whenever Steve yawns, it looks like the back of the Batmobile and it accelerates.
Pocketosis.
Eric, you're not going to cry.
Shut up.
And armed with superhuman powers.
He pulls his pants down and just starts leaking into someone's garbage can. That's rule one.
How about if he gives you the old chin tap with his helmet?
That's all right with me.
They are living among us. Average citizens, average heroes, quietly and anonymously continuing to make the world a better place.
Controversial talkers Opie and Anthony.
We are just dicks.
You better just sit back and watch.
Yeah. Wait, what?
The Opie and Anthony Show.
Oh.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
He said, well, you know, we don't have to freeze his whole body. We can freeze his head.
Stop it! There is no bathroom.
This is Aaron Sheik, the World Wrestling Federation champion. Pleasure for me to the Anthony and Opie, and pleasure to come here. I want to say hello to all my wrestling fans and hello to all people, to the wrestling, and pleasure to be here.
Hello, cutie pie.
I'm Detective John Kimball.
I'm a police officer.
How are you? I'm a cop, you idiot. Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Let's do it!
You son of a bitch.
It's crazy.
I know, it's insane.
Ring, 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 banana phone. Ring, 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 banana phone. We're cake for nothing!
And welcome to the Opie and Anthony program. That's right, welcome to the Opie and Anthony program. Welcome all the people that actually know that the show starts now at 7 o'clock Eastern. Welcome all those people.
We promoted the hell out of it that we were going to move the show 1 hour forward.
Yes, we did. Everyone who's a fan of this show should have known that we should start the show now at 7 Eastern.
A new time for the program, 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. on the East Coast. You do the math for the rest of the country.
But a couple of people out of the loop. A couple of just blithering, idiot, moron assheads. Like Pedro from D.C. Guess he didn't like the best of stuff that was being played from 6 to 7. This fucking sucks. He's not funny and wasn't funny the first time. Thanks, Dick. My commute from 6 to 7 is back to Stern. Lazy assholes. Lazy would imply that we're replacing an hour of the show with recorded material and still doing a show until 10.
Which is a good idea, by the way.
I would love to. If it got me any further away from having to deal with an ass fuck like Pedro on a daily basis, please, I'd do it wholeheartedly. But no. We do the show from 7 to 11 Eastern now. So it's the same 4 hours. We're still doing 4 hours. Lazy assholes, he says. You would only say that if you're so stupid and paid so little attention in life that you didn't understand what was going on. Pedro. My name is Pedro. Vote for Pedro. Vote for Pedro. Vote for Pedro. Vote for Pedro.
He offers your protection.
Yeah. Douchebag. And then he tries to change his name to Rev Dre from Maryland instead of Pedro from D.C. But he prints the exact same thing. Even calls us lazy fucks at the end of it. Ooh, you got us. Now I will have the pleasure of just banning him from the instant feedback site. A couple of clicks, and there we go. You're now banned.
Wasn't there a few more people that thought we were live?
Oh, a couple of jackasses. Someone calling us faggots. Get both of these Neanderthals off the air, please. That's Jimmy from Broad Channel, New York. Thinking that Laverne and Shirley were actually on the air instead of the replay before we start the show. If you don't like the replay, don't listen to it. The show starts at 7 now. Whatever happens before 7, that's extra stuff. That's free, extra added stuff.
Is that bonus material?
It's bonus stuff. If you missed it some point in your life, maybe you missed that program, and you tune in and go, oh, I haven't heard this before. Listen, enjoy it. It's a bonus. It's extra. If you've heard it before, if you don't like it, whatever. Go somewhere else, you tool. We start the show at 7.
7 a.m. to 11 a.m. on the East Coast, and then it replays all day long, so... All day long.
All day long.
Dodge clutch. All day long.
What a bunch of idiots.
But I agree with that guy. I kind of yelled at Eric. I'm like, Eric, why are you playing the retarded Laverne and Shirley? Why? I wanted to yank the tape off the air. But I don't think we could go live officially. I don't know. We got to figure it out with Washington.
Go live? Why?
Well, I wasn't digging that, replay of the retarded Laverne and Shirley.
Oh, you were going to pull it off the air and go live?
I would have loved to if I knew how to do it.
Yeah, I don't think we have the capability of doing that.
God, there's the picture of the animal. The story of the weekend.
Oh
my God.
And the chick he took hostage down there in Georgia.
That's the chick he took hostage? That blonde?
Yeah, he said she was an angel. that was brought to him. They were brought together by some divine, magic, and she's an angel. And actually, he let her go to call 911.
Let's see what kind of angel she really is. Let's see her anus right now.
Oh, you think maybe something happened? Well, he was up on rape charges before he went out and killed
rape charges. He's calling her an angel. She's a blonde-haired beauty.
Oh.
For that area, anyway.
That animal. I've seen similar situations, though, and nothing happened. Actually, the one that I saw was on TV once, and she was going, "No, Kong, no. Put me down, Kong." So there is a way to talk down to people sometimes.
How does that story go? You were telling me in the office that they just screwed up at the courthouse, right?
This is more political correctness gone awry, and this is absolutely why this guy was out on the street killing people for as long as he did. He's up on rape charges. Apparently there was going to be a mistrial, a hung jury. And he was going into the courtroom to continue this trial on rape and kidnapping charges. So they're going to bring him into the courtroom so that he's in the courthouse being escorted by a deputy. A woman deputy, first of all.
Good.
Alone, without shackles, handcuffs, and in street clothes. Why, you say? Is this guy who's up on rape charges has a record already? Because they don't want to bring him in front of the jury in prison garb or shackles or handcuffs because it would prejudice the jury. They would look at him in those cuffs and go, well, he's guilty. He must be because he's in cuffs and shackles. So we have to find him. It'll sway the jury. So they put him alone in an elevator with a woman deputy. Now, women, say everything you want. If he looks over and sees a chick there, he's taking a shot. This is a perfect opportunity. Instead of maybe two guys, one on each arm, with handcuffs on this animal. But no. So he clocks her. You know how fast it would be to I've seen videos of stuff on the website where you see a guy punch someone in the face in 2 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Just pounds her in the face. She's going down. She can't take a punch like a guy from this guy. She goes down. He pulls the gun out of the holster. Boom! Shoots her right in the head.
But she survived, right?
For some reason it didn't go through her skull. I don't know. And then she's definitely got injuries. She fell flat on her face. Broke bones in her face. He gets out of the elevator, walks to the courtroom he's supposed to be in, holds them hostage for a little while.
Why didn't he just leave at that point? Or did he have to go
He was on a mission. He wanted to shoot the judge that was in charge of his trial.
He was also having them handcuffed.
Yeah.
He had someone handcuffed to other people.
Hey, the people at what are they called? Those
bailiffs
security
or whatever?
guys. Very good, Opie, yes. Had them handcuff some of the people in the courtroom. Shot the judge, shot the court reporter, shot another sheriff, another deputy in the courtroom. Killed all three of them. Walks outside, shoots somebody else. Carjacks a couple of people. Finally gets away, I guess, on public transportation. The car that they were given out over the weekend, that Honda that they said was stolen and the plate number was out on all the highway signs, apparently that was still in the parking garage, and a civilian walking around spotted it. The cops in Atlanta, I got to say, some of the most incompetent buffoons I've ever seen. Hello, Atlanta. Good morning, Atlanta. From the way this story went, just incompetence all around. And the guy goes around, it turns out later on, up in Buckhead, nice area. He went to the suburbs. Buckhead. He finds some immigration cop and shoots and kills him. Takes his truck, drives to this woman's neighborhood, sees her, follows her back to the house. As she's getting into the house, he comes up on her and says, you do everything I say, I won't kill you. Brings her into the house, ties her up. She starts talking about her daughter and I guess gets on his good side. He unties her. She cooks him breakfast. And after a while of talking, he sees her as this angel and lets her go. She calls 911. The cops show up. He waves a white T-shirt and surrenders without a fight. And now he's back in court again. I wonder if they're going to cuff him and shackle him when they bring him in, or if that'll prejudice the jury. You shackle and cuff these people. They're not there. Why do they think they're going to play by the rules? All right, the rules here stay. We can't give them the cuffs or the shackles because it'll prejudice the jury. But now your part of this, sir, is you have to act like a civilized human being. All right? You think you can do that? We're playing by the rules. You play by the rules. No, he's punching people in the face and shooting them. Unbelievable. So that was the big crime story.
That all went on right when we got off the air on Friday.
Over the weekend. And then we had...
And over the weekend, right.
But not to be outdone, I'm very proud of my race, my white race, because not to be outdone, we had crazy whitey crime over the weekend, too. This is crazy black guy crime, which is, if you see the situation without seeing the person, you'd go, oh, black guy, right?
Right.
Now, we had crazy whitey crime.
Well, we used to play that game, remember? That was one of
course.
our favorites when we were bored and we would call each other. We would watch Cops.
Yeah.
And the call would come in, where the cops were going and what the crime was. And
we have a stabbing. You'd be Puerto Rican.
Right.
It's got to be a Hispanic guy if it's
We
a
nailed it every time. Every time.
Shooting, going to be a black guy. You have a drunk and disorderly domestic, white trash.
Right.
And you knew it was every friggin' time. So, not to be outdone, Whitey
Hence
had
the
crazy
racial
white guy
profiling.
crime. Yeah, racial profiling works.
Those guys know what they're doing.
When I heard in Wisconsin there was a shooting and 7 people were dead because of a shooting in a church meeting, I was like, oh, this guy's going to be pearly white. And there he was, crazy white guy. Only crazy white people do stuff like that.
Now, what was the problem with this one?
This guy, he seems he was going to lose his job, and he also had a problem with the sermon that was given at his church meeting, which sounds like this wacky sect of religion. And he burst into the little meeting that they were having at a hotel. For some reason, they don't have a church. They hold these church meetings in a hotel, and just started shooting at some of these parishioners and the head muckety-muck in charge, and killed them, and then he turned the gun on himself and killed himself. And then I was like, white guy, that's a white guy crime. When a guy busts into a post office and kills his co-workers, that's a white guy. When a guy bursts into a McDonald's and shoots people, white guy. So it was crazy whitey crime.
Yeah.
Not to be outdone. That was good. I like seeing the white people stepping up and actually stealing the headlines away from the black guy.
Now, you also had a good point about that whole crime.
Yeah, as I'm watching it, I'm like, well, this guy was absolutely upset with something happened at this church meeting. Walked in and killed a bunch of people and then killed himself. If this had been a meeting, let's say a bunch of video gamers having a LAN meeting and playing, and some guy started shooting, they would be saying, you got to get these violent video games off the shelves because that's what's causing it. If it was a movie club and they were watching maybe some R-rated movies with violence in it and the guy busted in shooting, you'd say it's the violence in the movies.
Get rid of Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, right.
San Andreas. It's causing crime out there.
Violent movies have to be taken off the screens because look at what they do. If it was a gun club, anything else, they'd be looking into what type of meeting was going on when these people were shot. How come because it's a church meeting, people aren't up in arms saying, we got to get rid of these religions. We got to get rid of church meetings because obviously this guy was upset about the church meeting. So why not get rid of these things because that's what caused this shooting. But you'll never see that. Religion caused this. Religion caused this. The guy was upset. All of a sudden my mic is really screwy.
Really?
In my headphones. It's just this wacky, tinny... Ever since I started raising my voice a little bit. Unbelievably bad. Oh, now I got a buzz. Listen to this. Listen, quick, Opie. Quick,
no one's
listen.
Gonna care.
Listen. Do you hear that?
Yeah,
What is that?
I don't know. That's really bad.
I blew up the mic with my ranting. I blew it up. Oh, my God, it's totally gone. This is hysterical.
But you sound completely normal on the air.
I know.
It's just in your headphones.
All right, I'll deal with this until break or something. I'm a professional.
Jesus caused another death last night, or over the weekend as well, Anthony.
Jesus,
yes. An elderly woman's makeshift altar turned her Brooklyn apartment into an inferno yesterday after her... What is a votive candle? Or
it's one of those little...
V-O-T-I-V-E?
Little ones. They're about 1 inch, 2 inches in diameter.
Okay.
Little votive candles. They go into little lamps and
God damn
whatnot.
it. Once again, Anthony knows a little bit about something.
I didn't know what a duvet was, but Jimmy did.
I never heard of a votive candle before.
Yeah.
Or the word votive.
The ex was totally into those. There were so many around the house all the time.
I don't remember that.
Oh, they went in everything. Little votive candles in colored glass and...
Oh, are those the ones they're only 1 inch high?
Yeah, they're in little tin can looking things.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, an elderly woman's makeshift altar turned her Brooklyn apartment into an inferno yesterday after her votive candle bearing a picture of Jesus. So she had this religious altar in her apartment. Well, it fell to the floor and set her bedroom ablaze.
Did Jesus decide to do that? God works in mysterious ways. Sometimes you praise him, and he kicks your ass, and there's no apparent reason
He
for
has
it.
a sense of humor, I gotta tell
He
you.
really is a funny guy.
Rose Kaufman, a 75-year-old neighborhood fixture, said she tried to put out the lunchtime fire with a blanket and a pillow, but the flames in her third-floor apartment spread too quickly. Fortunately, Kaufman and other residents in the 3 apartments got out of the building before anyone was hurt.
Wait, what did she try to put them out with?
A blanket and a pillow? Did I say something wrong?
No. I'm thinking those are good things to put on fire with.
How about you get some water?
A little gas and some feathers? Stupid old whore.
Try to put him out with some newspapers I had around the building.
Every Sunday, Kaufman said she lights her favorite candle, a glass votive with a picture of Jesus, and puts it in her bedroom window.
Yeah.
Kaufman said that yesterday she left the room to make lunch for her son, a disabled vet, and her daughter before coming back to find the room on fire.
Nice.
When the pillow and blanket were no help, she retrieved some water from the bathroom, but the fire was too big by then, so she got out. When I came back, it just went crazy, Kaufman said outside the building, where she stood in shorts and slippers. I couldn't believe how fast it moved. Well, that's what happens with fires, you idiot. Kaufman said the window was cracked open a couple of inches, and a quick gust probably knocked the candle over.
Ah, a gust.
Yeah.
That's sort of an act of God kind of thing, isn't it? Open the window. Ooh. Look at her burn. God damn.
Fire, quick, grab a pillow. Jesus, what age do you hit when you think that's a viable solution to a fire?
Pillow.
She said the apartment in which she had lived for 23 years is too damaged for her to return. Inside were pictures, clothes, and medicine she takes for a heart condition. Also inside was a small American flag that she flew from her bedroom window, Anthony. And she says here, the flag is still there, she said. I can't believe it. It's still there. It gives you hope.
That's great.
Certainly doesn't give you hope.
So, how was the commute in today? Obviously not as... Obviously, you can figure out the one person that's not happy with his time change. Well, he went right off from, right out of the gate. I woke up. I couldn't believe it.
It's not all that bad. There's a little bit of stress in driving on the expressway an hour later. At 4:30, when I leave at 4:30 to get here, when we used to start the show way back when at 6, no one on the road. Average speed, anywhere between 65 and 80 miles an hour to get in. Now, it's anywhere between 0 miles an hour and a maximum of 60. Oh, yeah, the traffic dead stopped by the Grand Central Parkway and by the Midtown Tunnel.
Was there a problem, though? Or?
No. Problem is it's an hour later.
Uh-oh.
That's the problem. So, yeah, dead stop. But I got in... it probably took me about 35 minutes instead of 20 minutes door to door, which isn't that bad, but there's more people on the road. And I notice as I'm driving, I'm going, and I start, under my breath again. I'm zigzagging in and out of lanes. And then it hit me. It just hit me. This calm came over me.
Calmo.
And I calmo. And I just went, you know something? I went, I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. That was my mantra. And I was like, if I get here at 7:05, if something happens, if there's a pileup on the LIE and I'm sitting in traffic for an hour and I don't even make the beginning of the show, I don't care.
Yeah.
I just don't give a shit. So I sat there in traffic and 3rd Avenue coming up. When I would come in early, I'd make it in 2 minutes. 2 minutes from the Midtown Tunnel up to 57th. This time, there's a few more cars on the road. It's not as fast. But again,
little bit.
I don't care. I don't give a shit.
Well, I jumped in my cab. You know, I live relatively close, and it was a whole different experience. And and all I was thinking was, oh, man, Ant was right. There's a lot more cars out.
A lot more cars.
An hour later. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, man, he's going to come in a pissed-off mood. We were getting ready to secretly tape you, by the way, and then you showed up.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, because I was convinced. I'm like, guys, get the tape recorder. He's going to come in and just start ranting and raving, and we need this on tape. We need it as it's coming out of his mouth.
Was it going to be that? You thought it was going to be that bad? Well,
didn't you see everyone get a little weird when you walked into the office?
I did.
We were getting ready to set up this sting operation, and all of a sudden Nathaniel had to kind of hide the thing as you were walking in, and
it wasn't that bad. No, a little more traffic on the road, but like I said, I don't give a shit. I'm calmo. Don't care. An extra hour's sleep. What the hell? It's nice.
Yeah,
I like it.
All right. How are you, Jimmy?
Good. A little tired. I got home late last night from Baltimore.
You're a long hair today, too.
No, I gotta
wow, I've never seen your hair that long.
Yeah, I just want to cut it.
Really grows in quickly.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Full head of hair. Second to me. It feels sloppy and just dirty and
Really? You don't like it?
I despise it. It's got to come off today.
Okay.
But I thought we were going to D.C. today because I saw Jaime at the show last night. He came. He's like, oh, you guys are coming to D.C. Tuesday.
Really?
We are? He's like, oh, yeah.
No, we couldn't get hotels down there.
Oh, is that why we did?
Yeah, we're going next week, I guess.
We're going next week, yeah.
Next week we'll do, I think Monday and
Tuesday, yeah.
From Washington.
Okay.
They wanted to do, like, Tuesday, Wednesday, but then it would leave me one day to pack because we're doing our vacation.
Yeah, we're heading toward vacation finally.
You figure out what you're doing?
Nah, I got to figure it out. Maybe if someone has a good idea for me, that'd be great. I'm
going to send you on vacation?
I'm going to go away by myself somewhere.
When's vacation?
Huh?
When's vacation, guys?
A couple weeks, I guess.
Don't you know?
I do, but I don't know the exact dates.
It's like the 28th.
I was thinking of going down to Atlantis and just camping out for like a week and a half.
Literally, I did Atlantis.
I don't want to do much of anything. I just want to lay around.
That'll do it then.
Lay around,
nice beach down there. You could do some snorkeling.
Read a couple books. I was thinking of going scuba diving or something, but
yeah,
I don't know.
Atlantis.
I got to figure it all out. I got to figure it out soon, I guess.
Yeah, I'm going on my big cruise.
Mm-hmm.
My big 10-day cruise. Nice.
With
big
the whole
ship.
family.
The whole family going. It's a whole family outing. It'd be great.
Just a quick reminder, this Thursday we're broadcasting live from the Hard Rock Cafe.
Ooh. Yes.
Our first live broadcast, technically. I mean, we've done the live broadcast from Mardi Gras and from Vegas and from L.A., but not a great opportunity for the fans to come out.
No.
Not really, because we're not huge in New Orleans, so, you know, we had some people show up.
Mm-hmm.
We're definitely not huge in L.A., even though we had a few people show up, even though they couldn't really get into the casino, they still found a way to bother us.
Hey, maybe I could use those headphones.
Oh, really? They're that bad?
Look, this is now squeaking.
There you are, sweetie.
Yeah. Let's
see if those work.
Put those in, Hawk.
So anyway, this Thursday, Hard Rock Cafe right down the street on 57th Street between 7th and Broadway. We're broadcasting live from 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. It's going to be our Kegs and Eggs.
Kegs and Eggs.
And we got a couple MiFis to give away. We're going to introduce you guys to all the new characters on the new XM show. Like Pat from Menaki is going to show up. I think Andre is going to be showing up.
Right.
I think a bunch of our comedian friends are going to be showing up. I think Stephen Lynch is showing up to do a few songs. I think Brother Joe's going to be there. We're looking to do some kind of crazy contest.
Yeah.
We got to develop this whole thing as we do the show today.
Like a what kind of contest? Eating something green?
I want to do another we can't do alcohol, but some kind of drinking contest.
Like the
I want Pat to defend his title is what I want.
Yeah, but
we got to figure out something.
Him being a diabetic and all, I think we got lucky that first time. I don't think we ought to put anything in him.
He still has 9 toes. We could do the contest another 8 times, I'm thinking.
Oh,
and you know what? He's somewhere out there in Radio Land nodding his head going, yeah,
I'll do it.
I agree. I agree.
What good are toes anyway?
Maybe it's up to Pat from Menaki to decide if he's out of these drinking contests.
I don't care.
We could do the old milk gag.
That's a good one.
The old milk gag.
That makes you vomit real easy. A lot of people think they could get a gallon down. Ain't gonna happen.
All right, we're just warming up. We got lots to do today. We got a Jacko song we got to get to. That's actually gonna be really good. We got this. I'll explain a little bit, and a lot of other things. We should just take a quick break. I'm thinking. Before I break, Anthony, I got to tell you, man. I went to the strip club in Canarsie. It was unbelievable. It was called Titties.
Yeah.
And the lap dancers are really. They're really cheap. They're on the cheap side. It's like $15 a lap dance, and just a really, really nice club that not many people know about in Canarsie. Titties.
I thought if you were going to go to a place, it would be something a little more local.
Nah, Titties. It's just an amazing club that no one knows about in Canarsie. The girls are really, really hot. You even get the really hot girls during the day. You don't get the daytime strippers at Titties in Canarsie.
All right.
They have a really nice champagne room kind of thing.
Yeah.
And if you know how to work it, you get the knee job when they're doing the lap dances. Titties in Canarsie. It's a lot of fun. I spent a lot of time there over the weekend, so just wanted to tell you about my experience.
Out of nowhere, you just decide to.
No, what? Just talking about titties.
Bring this up?
No, titties in Canarsie. It's great.
Okay.
So, you were sharing about some of the things you were talking about over the weekend. I figured I'd share a little bit.
Glad you brought that up.
Titties in Canarsie. It's quite a club. I think it's going to be one of the hottest clubs in the whole tri-state area.
Right.
What's wrong?
Just wondering who owns it. Your friends in Howard Beach? Did somebody call you?
No.
I think you want to plug this club.
What are you talking about? No,
nothing.
No, stop.
Play some dance music.
Look, the show's all about discussing our lives when we're not here. I just want to let you know that I just happened to go to this place called Titties in Canarsie over the weekend. That's all.
Great.
God forbid I share. The women were beautiful. The drinks were nice.
Sounds good.
Got out of there without spending too much money.
Where?
Sounds
It was
great.
nice.
Where?
Titties in Canarsie.
Oh.
Sounds good.
What's wrong with you guys?
Interesting. Just bring it up, sure. Why not?
Why the awkwardness now?
Because we don't know you to go to many strip clubs.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? I go all the time.
I've never gone with you. I kind of would like to.
Go alone or with the friends? Were there some friends with you when you went?
Yeah, there were a couple friends.
Oh, okay.
We all decided, we had heard about this joint. Word on the street, it's a cool place. So I figured I'd just try it out, and yeah, it was great. So
You went to dinner before you went there?
Yeah, we went to a steak place.
Oh, okay, nice.
That steak place over there on, over there, kind of on, a little east of here.
Right, sure.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I forgot the name of the steak place, but Titties.
Yeah.
In Canarsie. Solid strip club.
Right. Sounds good.
All right. If you're gonna, have a bachelor party soon or something, it might be a place you want to check out. That's all I'm saying. That's it.
Well, they should maybe buy some time on the station.
Why? It was just something that I did. That's all.
Right.
Want to take a break?
I'd like to go there.
I would love to take you to Titties in Canarsie.
Ooh.
Let's take a break, Anthony. We'll continue with the Opie Anthony program in just a bit here.
What is this?
All right, what's the problem?
Oh, boy.
What's the problem? What's the problem?
The Emperor is not happy with his coffee.
Oh, no. Are we going to have to break into...
Jim Norton. Coffee Diva.
Look at that cup. What brand is on that cup?
I don't know.
It doesn't taste good. I don't like it.
Where do we get our coffee every day?
I like Starbucks. And I don't like supporting the savages that run most of these delis.
You're insane.
Yup.
You betcha. You might be right.
Yeah.
What is this?
Hey, want to taste this?
Wow, that's really nice.
Throw it against the wall.
I'm not diving it.
I'm a diva.
I want Starbucks coffee.
You betcha.
Jim Norton. Coffee Diva.
I know Starbucks is a big world order type of thing.
At least they're not funding terrorism. The Opie Anthony Show. XM 202.
You're checking out the Opie and Anthony program. Still, a lot of people confused. We decided to move the show 1 hour forward. So, for now on, we will be heard live from 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. on the East Coast.
Right.
And the logic being it's a national talk show, and we want to get a little West Coast action. You can't just, you can't work for XM and do a talk show and just make believe the entire, left side of the country doesn't exist. You need a little interaction from them. So this is something we're going to try, and we'll see what happens, okay?
This will give them an extra hour.
Another guy wrote in and said that you guys are, not taking care of the hardcore fans by doing this. You're isolating us.
Why is that?
I don't know. I think the hardcore fans are the ones that understand the most.
How is this not... I just don't get it. How is this isolating hardcore fans?
Some people like to hear the live version of the Opie and Anthony Show. Because they think, and they're correct in this, that at any given moment we could blow up.
So how does this affect them? They can't listen?
I don't know. I don't get it either. Actually, it gives you an extra hour of O&A a day.
Right.
Because from 6 to 7 a.m., we're going to try to give you guys a really good hour best of. I don't think we...
they hate it.
I don't think we succeeded today. I mean, we're just getting into it, and we're gonna shape it up and make it all nice. So that'll be an extra hour every day of guaranteed material that most of the people have never heard. And then we do a live show from 7 a.m. to 11 a.m., and then that show will replay all day long.
But once we go to the entire platform, Opie, once we're off the premium, that'll absolutely be stuff that a lot of people haven't heard.
Right.
The best of stuff.
This is a
but you're going to get the people bitching that'll like, oh, I've heard this.
This is a work in progress.
Mm-hmm.
This is the next, stage as Anthony and I rebuild our radio careers.
There you go.
And then in early April, April 2nd, we come off the premium channel, and then it's going to get even crazier around here. We're very excited. Very, very excited. We got a couple ideas for some contests we could do at the Hard Rock Cafe Thursday when we broadcast live right down the street here, Anthony.
Yep.
Let's say hi to Rob in Jersey. Rob, what's up?
Hey, guys, what's going on? What's up there, Sugar Tits?
Hi, Rob. I'm eating cereal.
Oh, what are you eating?
Some Raisin Bran Crunch. Very yummy, I might add.
So I was thinking about a contest you guys could have at the Hard Rock.
All right.
On the old show, you guys had the gallon challenge. And that was hysterical to hear all the throwing up on air.
The what challenge?
The gallon challenge, drinking a gallon of milk in the hour.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about.
Maybe we could do that.
Maybe dye the milk green, too, if you want the green.
Aye. For a bit of the green.
Will they allow a lot of puking at the Hard Rock Cafe this Thursday morning? We got to find out.
As long as it's within our area, I think, in a big garbage pail or something.
Well, we got a couple MiFis.
Can't be puking on the floor or anything.
A couple MiFis. We'll get a bunch of big guys, maybe a couple girls to, try the milk contest or something.
Have we ever had a girl boof?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah?
Yeah, we when we did the New England clam chowder.
There was a girl there?
Competition. Yeah, there was a
Puking?
girl. Yeah, there was a girl contestant.
I don't remember that.
She did actually. She did very well. Paul in New York, what's up?
You motherfuckers!
He's doing his Bernie Getz impression.
I was thinking do like a Cool Hand Luke contest.
A Cool Hand Luke with eggs?
Oh, yeah, my boy Luke can eat 50 eggs.
That's pretty rough. You need a lot of eggs.
I don't know about that.
That entails some work.
You know what?
You have to cook them.
Yeah, but it's different. Paul from New York might have came up with it.
Hard-boiled eggs?
The Cool Hand Luke.
Hard-boiled eggs, the Cool Hand Luke contest, man.
That's pretty
good. The Cool Hand Luke challenge.
Almost like that.
This has potential.
Can they cook them there at the Hard Rock?
We'd have to. You just have to boil them up.
Yeah.
Hard-boiled eggs. You just throw them in a big pot.
Yep.
Write that down, Eric. All right, Paul, thank you.
And then maybe Pat Funaki can take off his shirt and wash your windshield while you're enjoying the view from inside the vehicle.
Hey, Anthony.
Yes, sir?
I think a big kick out of this one. I live in East Northport.
Yeah.
And around the corner from me, I see the guy with the Apollo van in his driveway.
Oh, really? That used
like
to be
Avenue,
me.
Like by Lockfield.
Used to be me. Very good.
All right.
Nice to know somebody else took my place in my work van.
Take care, guys.
Thank you, Paul.
Bye.
Bye.
I bet he doesn't take his jet ski into the boat down the boat ramp with it, though.
With the Apollo.
That's right. Company van. Not supposed to use it, only for work. Okay, no problem, boss. And there I was at like 1 p.m. backing it down the Ashroken boat ramp, axle deep in salt water.
Greg from Bloomfield, New Jersey. Welcome to 7 a.m., guys. Are you guys less scared now coming into the building since it starts getting light out around 5 a.m.?
Well,
besides getting less scared, there's action now. Like, real people are walking the sidewalks when we come in here.
Yeah, it used to be just you'd hear the clip-clop of your own shoes walking down the sidewalk. And now, as I'm walking down the street, all the people are coming out of the subways and everything. There's a lot of people on the street an hour later.
Yeah,
it's amazing how many more people there are.
And they're definitely chipper than I. They're, like, pushing me out of the way, and, I mean... There's animals out there, man. They're like working out. It's a whole different scene. Just one stupid hour.
I felt more like I feel a little out of place now. Like I got to get used to it because at that hour we talked about it. All that's on the streets are degenerates and people that are probably waiting to commit a crime or homeless drunks. And I kind of felt like I fit into that because I'd pull my hood up. Put my head down, put my hands in my pockets, and shuffle down the sidewalk. I wouldn't even walk. I shuffle down the sidewalk real slow, just kind of, I'm tired. It's early in the morning, and I kind of fit in. Now there's people all chipper, waiting to start their day. They're walking down the sidewalk.
They're in jogging suits.
Ugh.
I guess 5 a.m. is the hour where people just start exercising.
Yeah. Yeah.
These go-getters.
They're passing
me
by.
Overachievers.
And I'm like old homeless guy, you know,
belongs in the darkness. And there I am, walking down the sidewalk, and now Poe can see me coming down the street because it's light out.
Yeah.
So now he can see me, so he walks up the sidewalk and meets me, like, mid-block to, protect me from anybody that might try to do me bodily harm. So I got that going for me, which is nice.
Toolbag from Nolans, everyone knows that, a lot of people know that Pat from Menaki has diabetes.
Yeah.
And we're trying to come up with a contest where Pat could defend his title.
Yep.
Toolbag writes, I think you should have the contestants shoot maple syrup intravenously.
Oh, that'll be a good one. Watch his toes explode off his feet.
Well, I had a kind of a weird Sunday, Anthony. Kind of a weird Sunday. I just want to get something out here. We don't get serious on this program a lot.
Uh-oh. Are we going to get serious?
Not that bad. I mean, God, he was joking about it all day yesterday. But I just want to kind of acknowledge something. My mentor in the business, I've talked about him, off and on for many, many years. Brother Wheeze,
right,
was diagnosed with cancer out of nowhere, like a month and a half ago. And I got to tell you, I mean, we were talking about this yesterday, Wheeze and I. Like, I was just a dopey DJ up in Western New York doing college radio, knowing I wanted to do something, in this business. But I was spinning the tunes, knowing I could do more. But I had a tough time finding my voice until
knowing you could do like Spuds Buckley.
Well,
at that point,
I had to go through the Spuds Buckley stage in Buffalo. I had to do it.
Spuds Buckley.
You're right. So, then I heard Brother Wheeze when I was at Geneseo College up there. And he helped me find my voice. Simple as that. The guy, to this day, I'm still convinced is the best radio guy ever that I've ever heard in my life. And so he kind of showed me how to do radio the right way. And then, unfortunately, I took what I learned from Brother Wheeze and took it to the dark side. We were joking about that. We were joking about that yesterday. I took it to the dark side, because he doesn't ever want to hurt anybody, and
that's all you want to do.
Yeah, and he wants to help everybody, and
that's nothing like what you want to do.
And he's like a hardcore liberal on the air and stuff. So I pretty much took it, the other way. But the point I'm trying to make is he really helped me find my voice, and now the success Ant and I have had. But it all started with Wheeze, and he took me under his wing and really, really, really helped me out. So. About a month and a half ago, he's diagnosed with this cancer. Holy S! It's a rare form of like nasal cancer.
Oh, I'm getting woozy.
I know.
Oh, jeez.
You could like take a break because
my goodness,
you get all la la la. You hate this stuff.
Okay.
So they found a tumor, unfortunately, like deep in his nasal, way deep. Okay, it's this rare form of cancer that they only find in like Asian.
It's not a tumor.
God, that's loud. It's a rare form of cancer that is that they find for the most part in Asian countries.
What?
In Asian countries.
He didn't get it in the NAM, did he?
That's what he's starting to think, because I asked him. Because he did 2 tours. He's thinking maybe, he doesn't know for sure, it could have been the Agent Orange.
Agent Orange?
That kind of just got in there and mutated for all these years and finally is popping its ugly head out,
Jeez.
So this cancer is brutal to treat. But it is treatable. So just to make a long story short here, he decided to come to New York for his treatment. So, I'm going to be hanging out with him pretty much every day, man. The guy's like a friend, a brother, and like a father figure to me. The guy is amazing. And he's going to Sloan Kettering. So, but he was explaining the procedure. They take this like kind of heavy leather mask, and they pin him down.
Oh, Jesus.
I know, Ant's going to hate this.
Oh, my God.
I just got to get through this stuff. They pin your head down because you can't move at all. Because he's going with the radiation. And he has all these little dot tattoos all over his head because they have to pinpoint the radiation.
Oh, geez.
Hence, you can't move. So it's very uncomfortable. They take this mask and they pin you down to a table.
Wow.
And then they do the radiation. And he's going to be in New York for like 2 months. But it was so surreal because last night we all went out down to Little Italy. We were hanging with Tommy Red and Joey Clams and Fat Tony.
In Little Italy?
Little Italy.
With some of the boys.
Some of the boys.
Oh, boy.
And we're just having a good old time eating family style.
Oh, boy.
And
yeah, huh?
It was just kind of weird because he's renting an apartment here in New York as he goes through his treatment. And, he looks completely how I know him, just completely normal. But And that's what was so weird last night, knowing he's only had one radiation treatment so far, knowing it's gonna get ugly, like real ugly.
But it's not malignant though, right? They can fix it if
It's supposedly, he gets through the treatment, which is really, really tough. He should be okay. You never know with cancer, But like supposedly the saliva is gonna dry up in his mouth. He was telling me all the crap that's gonna happen, and the doctor's like encouraging him to eat as much as possible because he's gonna lose like 50 to 60 pounds, So I know this is kind of a bummer, and we barely get serious on the show, but so he's, so it was just weird last night because you're seeing the healthy Wheeze, no problem, and he's going to go through hell in the next 2 months. So we were all just kind of celebrating the start of his treatment last night, which is so weird.
What are they doing with the show? Just waiting 2 months until he...
Dude, here's the beauty of it. So he's in this apartment on the east side, Wheeze, near the river. They've got all the equipment in the apartment. So he just like rolls out of bed, and they've already been joking because he doesn't even, he's doing the show naked or in his like stupid Joe boxers on the couch, but they got the whole station kind of set up in his living room, and then a couple of his boys that he does the show with, they came down last night to help him out for a couple days, and then they're gonna go back up to Rochester, but yeah, he's gonna stay on the air until he can't anymore, and he's gonna lose his voice. He's gonna lose his voice for a while. Oh yeah, because you lose your the muscles, and because he's not going to be able, because the radiation stuff. Eventually, the muscles are going to what's the word, Anthony?
Atrophy.
They're going to atrophy a little bit, so he's going to lose his voice for a bit. He's going to have to learn how to talk again after the treatment. It's a brutal thing he's going to go through.
And the nasal passages.
Deep, dude, like deep in, way deep.
How do you know something's wrong?
They couldn't get to it. Flying.
What do you mean?
The clogged ear that wouldn't go away.
Oh, great. Now anytime I get a clogged ear flying, I'm going to freak out.
And then the doctor,
Great.
I guess after a while, the doctor goes in and relieves the pressure, but then it popped in. Then it happened in the other ear when he wasn't flying. He's like, oh
boy.
Then he knew.
Oh, my God.
Then he knew.
Oh, my God.
Then he knew.
I'm going to freak out now.
Then he knew.
Anytime I'm flying and my ear pops.
Then he knew.
I just went for a nasal thing for my sinuses. That's just, anything in your nose is uncomfortable because it just doesn't, nothing belongs up there.
Yeah.
Nothing, no type of probing instrument.
So he's, he's going to do the show, as much as he can. Eventually, he's only going to do like 10 minutes a day or so. But right now, because he looks completely fine and normal, he's doing his full, morning show for Rochester, from this apartment on the east side. So I just want to bring it up. And look, I'm not asking anyone to do this, but if you want to, there's a website that that they came up with called Kick Cancer's Ass. That's the Wheeze way. KickCancer'sAss.com. And if you want to make a donation, cool. If you don't, no worries. Don't worry about it, man. I know we all have our charities in our lives, but if you want to, that would be great. I think he's trying to raise a lot of money for Camp Good Days, which is I think that's more or less a local cancer charity up there in the Rochester area. So, KickCancer'sAss.com for Brother Wheeze. But it was just weird.
Yeah.
Because I've never, knock on whatever, I've never had to deal with someone that had cancer before, and he is really close to me, and it's really strange to see, the guy looking completely normal, knowing what he's going to go through. He's going to lose all his hair and all that shit, So. And he's like bummed. He's like, why couldn't I get the ass cancer? I could have done that like nothing. He wasn't kidding. He got pissed because he did all his research on all these cancers, and all cancer's serious, obviously. But he's like, man, the ass cancer, I could have had that beat within nothing. Because just him describing what he's going to go through with this the treatment.
It's awful.
Just pinning his head down with this thing.
How many hours a day is that?
I don't know. It's pretty much every other day for the next 2 months, I guess.
Every other day?
Something like that.
Oh.
No, he's gonna get really sick. Like really sick.
I'm so bad with breathing. Like last night, I had one of my sinuses. I'm kind of claustrophobic when I breathe. Just the idea of that, man. Not being able to breathe. It'll definitely mess up his breathing. Like, it'll be harder to inhale and stuff like that.
Mess up his eventually, because you can't use the muscle. You might want to not hear the just tune out.
I keep listening like an idiot.
They have hope, but a lot of people that go through this cancer, like you lose, your muscles in your throat, so you can't swallow, so you can't eat. So they have to do the tube in your stomach to get your food in there.
Forever, or just until?
No, just until he should heal, perfectly.
Why
eventually.
Why does it affect you? I guess
I'm not a doctor, so I don't know, but there's something that's going on with the radiation that all of a sudden the muscles, go away for a while.
Maybe it leaks into your throat or something.
I know. Let me go to CJ in Florida.
I'm in pain.
CJ.
Yo, boys, what's up? Good morning.
What's up, bro?
Good morning, Buttercup. How are you?
Fine, thanks, CJ. Welcome to the program.
Thanks a lot. Yeah, listen, Opie, my dad went through exactly what your friend's going through. He's a 5-year survivor. It does work.
Yeah, no, they're pretty...
You got to tell... I'm sorry, I can't really hear you guys too well, but I know that. But you got to tell your friend there's a real important product on the market. It's called Shake. It's good for his calorie intake.
Uh-huh.
And I used to put it in the tube in my father's stomach.
Okay.
When he couldn't eat no more because they used to put him down with that mask, just like you were saying.
Yeah.
And their throat gets so sore that they can't eat anymore.
Right, yeah.
But Shake is very good for his calorie intake, and it'll keep his weight up.
All right, I'll write that down. Thanks, bro.
All right?
All right.
Yeah, good luck with that. Jimmy, I'll see you Saturday at the Improv in West Palm.
Okay, dude, how long does radiation take a day? Like, does it take 5 minutes or an hour when they're shooting you with that stuff?
No, really, believe it or not, they
Seconds,
set
right?
you up for about... I took care of my dad for 6 weeks. They set you up for about 45 minutes, and it takes 10 seconds a spot.
That's
I don't know how many spots they're doing on your friend, but it takes about 10 or 15 seconds a spot. He's laying there, they're setting him up with that mask for almost an hour, and he'll be out after the treatment in about 30 seconds.
Okay.
It's crazy.
That's still awful, but it's not as bad than being zapped for like 20 minutes. What a dope I am.
Well, the worst part about it, he said, is if he feels claustrophobic because they're just
just tell him
pinning
to
your
keep
head
his
down.
attitude up because my dad's a 5-year survivor. It does work.
No, I mean, the prognosis is really good. He just has to get through the treatment, which is just brutal. And he's got tiny little dot tattoos all over his head. And I'm like, that's how you can tell if someone has cancer because they tattoo you now.
Yeah,
they
did.
They have little tattoo dots.
It doesn't go away.
I guess not.
Eventually, I'm sure it will.
Ever? He says they're tattoos.
Well, maybe they just tattoo flesh color over it when you're done or something.
I know. They're just very, very tiny. You would have to look really close. Like he's got one pretty much right between his eyes, kind of over here on his cheeks,
Jeez.
So I just wanted to bring it up because, honestly, Brother Wheeze is one of the greatest, nicest guys I've ever met in my life, unlike myself. I mean, this guy has never hurt a fly, and he's done a lot of good for a lot of radio guys and the whole community of Rochester. So I just want to bring it up. I'll get some good stories out of it, I'll tell you that much, because the guy is unbelievable. I mean, he's still, like, laughing and jiving and, whatever. But if you want to do something, go to kickcancersass.com. If you don't, no worries, dude. I don't worry about it, But if it's something, you're interested in, that'll be cool. All right? So we'll get back to the radio program.
Cancer just stinks. Now we're all panicking. Like, I want to go get checked.
2005. You think they figure it out by now?
Enough with it already. Can we do something?
Jesus.
Well, this is just, it's a
How do they not have a pill for that? 2005.
What blows is they can't get in there and surgically remove it.
Where's the Star Trek salt shaker that Bones just went over people and everything was fine? When are we getting that?
You know what the most amazing part of that story was? I don't know if anyone else caught this, was that the equipment is actually working when they moved it all the way from Rochester. I'm thinking, we can't do a remote somewhere. And he's got his entire studio in an apartment in Manhattan.
In an apartment. They figured it out. He could do a show from an apartment. We can't do it from our own studio.
Yeah. And we just had a lot of laughs, with...
We have studio cancer here in our studio. All of a sudden, things just break. They get tumors. All of a sudden, my headphones got a tumor.
It just blew up.
Jesus.
And then, we had the celebration down in Little Italy, and I was hanging with Tommy Red, like I said, and Joey Clams, and
Joey Clams was there?
Yeah, and Fat Anthony.
Yeah.
And I forgot to tell you, there's this great club called Fever in Fort Lee, New Jersey.
Fever in Fort Lee.
It's really
out of nowhere.
What?
Out of nowhere, you just figure you bring this up.
No, because these guys, they
go there.
Yeah, they go to this club called Fever, Fort Lee, New Jersey. Really cool dance club. Cool place you can go. I don't know, maybe you get bored of titties and Canarsie.
Yeah.
You head over to Fort Lee and go to Fever. Because now you're all horned up from titties, because, the girls, even though they will give you the knee jobs at titties and Canarsie, then you go to Fever in Fort Lee and maybe you pick up a broad, one of those New Jersey broads.
Go dancing.
They got a nice, little setup there.
Now, you don't dance at all.
Well,
so why would you even bring this up? I'm a little suspect here.
Everyone knows I'm single these days. I'm starting to do the club thing.
The club thing.
Yeah.
Fever, Canarsie.
No, Fever's in Fort Lee, New Jersey.
What's in Canarsie?
Hitties is in Canarsie.
But you don't like club music.
Yeah, but I don't even like this music.
It's kind of growing on me a little bit. I mean, I've never been to Fever. But I just hear it's
you hear it's good?
Yeah, I hear it's really, really
Who told you it was good?
The boys.
The guys say it's a good place?
Yeah, it's a good place.
And you decide you just bring it up on the show.
Well, yeah, we're sharing, you know. This was part of my weekend.
All
Titties
right.
in Canarsie, and then this Fever in Fort Lee, New Jersey sounds really cool with the strobe lights and stuff. They got, you know, one of the best DJs in the country.
Oh, of course they do.
I forgot his name offhand, but they say he's the best. He must be the best. Top shelf drinks, martinis.
All right.
You know, an illegal little cigar room in the back. No one's looking, so it's all good.
No one's looking.
No one's looking.
Right.
So, you know, if you're in Fort Lee, you're thinking of a new place to go to pick up broads, I would highly recommend Fever in Fort Lee, New Jersey. Fever.
All right. That it?
Yeah, what?
Nothing.
What's wrong?
Nothing.
You're making me sweat here. I'm all right.
Not me.
What?
That's not me making you sweat.
No, it's just a little hot in here. That's all. I mentioned Fever, right, in Fort Lee, New Jersey?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Can you open the window?
Oh, what, like Ben? In the office? Jesus Christ. You know, it's as I'm driving in, I'm listening to the weather, and they're saying here in New York, we should have temperatures in the 50s, but it's going to be cold today and the rest of the week. You know, below average temperature, which really sucks because this winter's been long enough here. It just blows. So it was like 35 degrees when I came in. I sit down in the office, and I start going through the papers, computer, and I feel this whoosh, this gust of icy cold, 3 degrees above freezing cold air hit me.
Going right up your back.
And I'm like, what the? I look up, I look to see if it's the grill over my head that I had to shove a New York Times in or something. No, you know what it was? The window in the office was open. Open! And I look, and who's sitting right across from the open window? Our own loves it frigid Ben. Ben is sitting there, and he goes, oh, it was hot in here, dude. Yeah, the way we like it. Hot.
Well, he's got his pill hangover he's trying to get over, you know.
He's got, like, booze sweats or something.
Yeah.
He's sweating. So he opens the window. It's 35 degrees out. He's opening the window.
He's enjoying it, and we're all, like, throwing our winter coats back on.
A jackass. So Nathaniel is sitting right next to Ben, and he's got short sleeves on and stuff. So I'm like, could you please, you know, shut the window? Ben's like, oh, yeah, you want to shut it? He jumps up so quick to shut it. I knew he didn't say anything. He doesn't want to say anything. A lowly intern and all. But you could tell he was freezing, the poor guy.
Yeah.
Ben.
All right, let's say hi to Steve real fast. Steve?
Damn
Hey, O&A?
booze sweats.
How you doing? I just wanted to say, you guys were talking about that whole cancer bit. And, you know, we got like 30 pills that can keep your dick hard, but meanwhile, you know, we can't cure the cancer.
Yeah, how about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would sacrifice the dick hard pill to maybe cure the cancer.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah.
Sounds good, guys. Punching out.
Yeah, Jimmy is he's not on board with this one.
Not on board?
No.
You don't need the pills to always get hard, do you?
No, it's just nice to really just have it there and be very impressive. Swollen and purple.
Those things are so easy for the doctors and scientists to come up with.
Oh, by the way,
how about the cancer pill?
In the back room at Fever in Fort Lee, New Jersey.
Yeah?
Right. They sell some of those pills.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
How about you shouldn't bring that up?
Well, it's the back room. It's kind of like where the bathrooms are. It's like the bathroom attendant.
Yeah.
You just kind of give them.
Oh, instead of a mint?
Yeah, you kind of if you know how to talk to these guys. You know, all of a sudden you're going in the stall and you're getting a little something.
Say, hey.
He hides it under like the toilet paper roll thing.
Is it you walk in and you point at his mints and stuff and you go, you got anything else besides what I see here?
There's a code, I forget, because I don't need the dick pills, but there's a code for it, and all of a sudden he says something like, you know, give me a minute, and you wait, and he goes into the stall, makes believe he's like cleaning up the stall. Next thing you know, you look under the toilet paper thing, and there it is, your dick pill.
Hey, when you go there, do they take you through the kitchen entrance and then take a table and put it right up front for you?
Well, I haven't.
Bottle of champagne.
I haven't been there. I haven't been there yet.
Yeah.
But I believe I'll be hanging out there every Saturday night for the next...
Every time. You too.
I think I'll be there in the next 2 or 3 months easily. Every Saturday. Yeah. I'm hoping that I could, bring you guys down there. It'd be great.
Really? Okay. Oh, you want to like make an appearance and maybe get some of your friends in Hollywood to do the same?
You got it, Mike.
Anything for fever.
Let's go to Charlie in Staten Island.
I'll do anything for Fat Anthony.
Charlie.
Yeah, how you doing, guys?
What's up, Charlie?
I was just curious how many plugs Opie has to do for the boys before he pays off his vig for the week.
His vig.
We're gonna take a break, Anthony.
Yeah, I guess so.
We should take a little break. I'm just sharing what I've been doing lately. That's all.
All right. Sure.
You go out on the weekends and you come in here Monday and you kind of discuss things. That's all.
I hear you.
That's all I'm trying to say.
Cool.
Sure thing.
All right.
Can I say I hope a lot of some of your Italian friends buy some improvs.
Like sands through the hourglass, so is the O&A virus.
Wow. You rule, Bernie.
Bernie.
No, you do.
This one, right?
It's this,
Oh, what are you motherfucker? Tony, Opie, you're asking for trouble. Tony. Oh, he's coming over. Oh, Bernie, sit down. Oh, my God. Wait. He's really mad. You pissed off Bernie.
All right, get over there.
It's getting hot in here.
It's getting hot in here. It's getting real hot in here.
You don't have to take that. Bernie.
All right, sit down.
Stand up to your right, Bernie.
Sit down, Bernie. Sit down. It's okay.
It's okay, Poe. It's okay.
All right, have Bernie sit down.
Take a seat.
Let's all calm down.
That's all right. Yeah. Hand over that fucking CD.
Oh, you gotta have another.
You lunatic.
All right, Bernie.
Oh, he's fine, Poe. Poe, he's fine.
You tell him to relax.
Tell him.
Yeah, everyone just relax.
Everybody relax.
All he did was take the CD out.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Keep the CD. I won't be here again.
Bernie's leaving. Oh, man. All right, he's walking out.
Wow, man.
Holy shit.
Wow. That was
Dude,
legendary.
That was the rage. That was what happened on that train.
Oh, my God. I'm not even kidding.
That was what happened on that train. We saw it.
He was out of his mind.
Hey, you know what's odd? We were talking about Rain Man, and when you were watching Rain Man, remember, it was kind of like you look at Dustin Hoffman and go, not too bad. He's a little kooky and stuff, but he seems nice and sweet. And then that time he lost it at the airport.
Oh, yeah.
Just like, just lost his... That's what we saw. That snap.
That was right now. You just threw his CD. It was like a Pop-Tart in the toaster, and a little smoke billowed up, and he couldn't handle it.
Right. Imagine that,
you didn't see it coming. Like,
no, it came out of nowhere. He just...
Fuck you. Keep your CD.
Yeah. Keep your CD. Fuck you. And take this with you. You have another. Keep your CD. Wow.
Yeah. Opie and Anthony, the virus is spreading. Opie and Anthony.
XM202.
All right, we're back with the Opie and Anthony program. Lots going on. Anthony was just talking about this movie you saw.
Yes, I did.
Over the weekend there.
I went to go see Academy Award nominated film Downfall. Didn't win, but it's pretty good.
Isn't that kind of like an artsy-fartsy movie?
No, it's a German movie. It had subtitles.
What's wrong?
You walk in, you're going to do some reading.
Jimmy, what's wrong?
Who spilled coffee over here? What is on my console?
Oh, who spilt that? Rich Voss. Rich Voss spilt that the other day.
Dirty and sticky under
Why
here.
wouldn't it be cleaned up? Now clean it up!
I just hate mess.
Yeah, it was Rich Voss.
Calm down,
He
man.
was bumbling over some words and getting all nervous, and he turned around and spilt his coffee. He spilt his coffee.
Hey, while Eric cleans up Jim Norton's area, just really fast, because people were asking, believe it or not, they were asking, I did the whole Brother Wheeze thing. We went down to Little Italy. They're like, wow, it sounded like you went to a really cool restaurant down there.
Yeah.
What was the name of it? Just want to mention that it was Cannolis in Little Italy on Mulberry Street there.
Oh, okay.
They gave us this back room at Cannolis. The food was probably the best Italian food I've ever had in my life. It was the best food. It was the best Italian food I've had in my life at Cannolis on Mulberry Street in Little Italy.
All right. So
got the back room. And
you're not done?
No. Well, there were people within our party that they have wine and beer. But if you need something a little harder than that, they do take care of you. They got a little something that's going on in the basement.
And they're now advertising on the show? Is that what I'm...
Well, no, people on the instant feedback, they just want to know what restaurant I went to in Little Italy last night.
Okay.
Because we were kind of, quote, celebrating, if you want to call it that, the whole Brother Wheeze, cancer thing. So we all went down there to kind of get together before we were going to start this cancer fight with Wheeze. And the listeners picked up on it. They said, geez, sound like a good restaurant down there. What is it?
And who was at dinner
Next
with you?
time I want to, I go to Manhattan, I want to go to that restaurant.
Who was with you? Wheeze and who?
Well, Tommy Red and Joey Clams and Fat Anthony.
And Fat Anthony was there.
Yeah. And at Cannolis in Little Italy on Mulberry Street. Excellent food, and the Italian pastries, and the little espresso after the meal.
Right.
It was just top notch. The prices were just phenomenal. Just really good.
No, this just doesn't sound like you're conveying a story of the weekend to the listeners. It kind of sounds like
dude, it was my whole weekend. I went to Titties in Canarsie. I heard about Fever in Fort Lee. Sounds like just a great place to go. And then this Italian joint on Mulberry, Cannolis. For the love of God, it was unbelievable.
For the love of God, it sounds great. All right.
All right.
Look forward to maybe seeing you there.
Just really big portions and I don't know. You ask for Vinny, you get a free glass of wine.
Oh, nice.
And just tell him Opie sent you. Vinny will give you a free glass of wine, no problem.
Just stuff coming in the front door and out the back door.
I don't know. I just know I sat there, had a really, really good meal. That's all I'm saying.
I thought you didn't know anything about the restaurant business. You just go in and you order a meal. That's what you know about the restaurant
That's
business.
What I know.
Cannolis, Mulberry Street, Little Italy. My God.
If there's a fire, fuck you, pay me. There's a struck by lightning, fuck you, pay me.
I mean, Joey's. We used to go to Joey's, and Joey's place, but
Paisano.
This Cannolis, though.
You like that, huh?
Wow.
Jeez, you really seem to like it. All right.
So, Anthony, you saw this movie over the weekend?
Yeah. Saw a Downfall.
Any particular movie theater in Brooklyn you went to?
Nothing I really want to plug or anything. No, it's just actually Great Neck. I don't have to go to the Brooklyn movie theaters anymore. Thank God. Thank God. It is so nice walking into a movie theater to see a movie and not feeling like you're going into the weight room at Rikers. I could sit and watch the movie without worrying who's sitting behind me and if maybe a knife is going to come through the back of my chair.
Yeah.
Because people are talking on the cell phone and perhaps I gave a little look. Like, hey, people are trying to watch a movie. You're silly me.
But those animals don't go to the artsy-fartsy theaters. Sounds like you're starting to go to the artsy-fartsy theaters.
No, I wasn't going to artsy-fartsy. This was a movie I wanted to see. It's called Downfall.
But is this movie being played in the regular movie theaters?
That's not wide release. It's through select theaters.
I haven't heard of it.
No. It's a movie. It's made in Germany, so it's got subtitles. So you can be doing a little of that, what they call reading when you go in there. The subtitles are so weird. When you go in, you're so conscious of it.
You hate it at first.
At first, you're like, all right, I got to read quick, and then I got to look at the screen. I got to read. Now I got to look at what's going on. But after like 5 or 10 minutes, it's so second nature, you don't even think about it.
You get the rhythm down.
You get the rhythm. And like movies like Das Boot, I watched that one with subtitles. It's great to you get so much more out of the movie when you're seeing them speaking in that language. That friggin' German language in World War II movies, it really makes the movie. I mean, they could be saying, hi, how are you, have a nice day, and it just sounds like the most angry shit coming out of their mouths. I love it. So, a Downfall. It's Hitler, and it's through kind of like through the eyes of one of his secretaries that kind of was taking care of Hitler's business on the last days of his life before he killed himself in the bunker in 45.
Thanks for spoiling it.
Yeah, I ruined the end of that movie. Hitler was dead the whole movie. Great. Should have seen it. I see dead Jews, he said at one point.
Well, they actually weren't in Germany. They were in another time period.
Uh-oh.
And he was going, why do you kill Jews? Why do you always ask me not to kill Jews?
Yeah, so I went to go see that, and I was reading some reviews before I went to see the movie. And because, there couldn't be any spoilers in it. You know how it ends. So I'm reading some reviews, and some of the people were saying that they liked the movie, looked great, directed very nicely, but they didn't like the fact that it humanized Hitler and some of these people like Joseph Goebbels and Himmler and the notorious Nazis and the SS. And but I was thinking, like, they were humans, so if you're humanizing it, you can't just paint it with this monstrous brush all the time that Hitler's just this monster and just portray him like that. I think it's more compelling and shows his evil even more when you realize he was just a guy, and he did give his dogs this little scratch behind the ear and, make him lick his face, and he did have these tender moments with Ava and the secretary and stuff. And when they show that, I guess people were sensitive because it was a movie made in Germany, that they're like, oh, here are the Germans again, You can't paint this guy with just a monster brush. You got to show him as a person.
What was it? Did they have all the Jews running around with horns in the movie? Red with tails. Stealing and killing. Dirty crowds.
Yeah, the movie actually was called The Passion of the Hitler. And they had the Jews running around just hurting the poor guy.
Jesus. He's just trying to buy a pastry and they're smacking it out of his hand and taking his bank account. And
you know how many Germans cut their hand as they were bashing the windows, storefronts on all the German Jewish businesses? They cut themselves. Could have hurt themselves. The movie also tries to exonerate the German people as a whole for any responsibility in World War II, saying that they, too, were victims. They, too, were victims of Hitler and the Nazis at that point. There was really nothing they could do about it. Not all of them were Nazis and followers of Hitler and followers of his ideology. And that people see as kind of a cop-out also. They don't want the German people of that time exonerated. They're just as responsible for giving him the manpower he needed to do what he did. So as I'm watching the movie, I have this in mind, this whole humanizing thing. And they do show them acting as real people, which, again, they were. But there was one scene where, and believe me, I'm in Great Neck. So I'm watching this movie in a movie theater. I went into the theater expecting it to be pretty empty. It was full of old Jewish people from Great Neck.
You just described the audience when I went and saw Schindler's List.
Really?
Oh, man, you want to talk about uncomfortable.
So now, but you're sitting there, Schindler's List.
I saw Schindler's List, and it was all old Jewish people
Jews
just
were
crying their eyes out. I mean, it was brutal.
The Jews were the sympathetic characters in Schindler's List. I'm watching a movie where they're kind of humanizing Nazis.
Right.
So, believe me, they were a bit uncomfortable and shifting in the seats. You could see it was going on there.
Do you think that people watching Schindler's List disliked your blue eyes and blonde hair?
Yeah, I didn't think it was the right. I didn't think it was the right place for me.
You sat there with your arms folded, going, bullshit.
And I got to tell you, the casting in this movie, because it was made in Germany, those German soldiers, unbelievable. The look of these guys in that German uniform and everything, because they're real German. They looked the part perfectly. It was frightening to watch. All with the SS officers in those goddamn snappy leather jackets and everything that they wore. You got to give it to the Germans in World War II. The best dressed army on the face of the globe. They really did look snappy, those jackboots.
Well, you take lemons and make lemonade.
Yeah, well, why not? If one good thing came out of that war, it was fashion.
Lovely boots for kicking in the teeth of an old person.
Jesus.
I'm essential to the war effort.
Oh, they were just so snappy when shooting the elderly.
They really were well dressed. I like those jackets, those half coats and everything. Very nice. So, there was a part in the movie where Albert Speer comes in. He's the guy. He was like the architect for the new Germany. Hitler figured after the war was over and they won because it could turn out no other way.
Berlin was going to be built into like a new Rome. This was just going to be beautiful architecture all over, and Albert Speer was the guy that was going to run this whole thing and design with Hitler this new Berlin. He was like a son to Hitler, and Hitler was like a father to Albert Speer. So toward the end, the very end, Speer comes in. He's not going to stay in the bunker with Hitler. He's leaving. So he's telling Hitler he's leaving, and he did not carry out Hitler's last order to him, which was blow up everything. I want everything destroyed. The German people don't deserve, because they lost this war, they don't deserve to live. They don't deserve civilization, buildings, trains. Everything was supposed to be blown up.
What a psycho, man.
It was the scorched earth
right.
whole thing that Hitler wanted. He didn't want to leave anything for the Russians. He didn't feel the German people, because they lost the war, deserved anything. So it was just blow everything up. So Speer comes in and tells Hitler...
You got all this from reading?
Reading, yes, reading. I actually know about World War II before I saw this movie. I love World War II.
I'm starting to think you can learn a lot from just reading.
Sometimes. It's amazing what you can pick up through letters, spelt out words on pages. It's quite amazing. So, yeah, I was reading the movie, and Hitler, he tells Hitler he didn't carry out his orders. So Hitler is just completely disappointed. Anytime anybody told him they didn't carry out an order, he went into this rant and raving. He was a lunatic, going crazy. But this time, he didn't go crazy on Speer. He just kind of told him to get out and put his head down. And a tear starts rolling down Hitler's cheek. He's so disappointed in Speer. So he's crying there on camera. And it's a movie theater full of Jews, and maybe a little louder than I should have. I kind of went, "Oh, poor Hitler."
You did not.
Yeah.
Is this an actor playing Hitler, or do they have footage?
Yeah.
Do they have
his name? Bruno Ganz.
Do they have a real footage of Hitler?
No, it was
interspliced.
Just the actor. He did a great job
playing
the old doddering, left hand shaking, just completely insane Hitler. And it was one of those, and that was kind of a moment where I went back to the review of Humanizing Hitler, where you kind of did feel bad for the guy. You're like, not as Hitler.
You better explain.
You felt bad that he's just as... No, this is very black and white. Not as Hitler and not as the monster as what he did, but just as an old guy being disappointed in this son-like figure not
murdering his fellow citizens.
Not murdering
his... No, you're right.
No, I'm not saying... But that's... See, you're thinking of it in the way the reviewer did. The humanization of Hitler. I'm looking at it as an old guy, a father figure and a son figure being disappointed in the younger guy.
I understand that, because a lot of times when my father would tell me to go out and slaughter my fellow citizens because they shamed him by losing a war where Jews were murdered, that my dad would drop a little tear. I definitely understand that.
Don't leave me out.
No, dude, I'm not even disagreeing with you. When you ask someone close to you to kill people because they didn't kill enough Jews...
Suck. I'm not saying that.
I'm getting emotional just thinking about it. How disappointed he must have been.
Yeah, I mean... You better explain.
I love you like a father, Hitler, but I'm sorry I couldn't kill all the people. I told you to keep the oven preset for 350. Oh, no, I just completely out of the context of Hitler and Albert Speer.
Yeah, absolutely. Snappy dressers. I almost felt bad for them. No, I hear you. They were good looking. They had really nice uniforms, and that damn Speer let them down.
And then when he had to give one of those little capsules to his dog, he took his dog's mouth, his dog that he loved, and put the little capsule and crunched down on his snout, and you hear the little... And his dog died, and you see him slowly, walk away, just... very sad that he had to kill his dog. Yeah, that was
Jesus, man.
And then, but the real kicker in this movie was the Goebbels family, the little kids, and Joseph Goebbels and his wife. They had 6 children, all beautiful little blonde-haired German children, brought to the bunker, singing little songs to the German soldiers as Russian artillery is exploding overhead. And then the mother takes them all into one of the bedrooms in the bunker and gives them this drink.
Oh, my God. I had no idea about this.
And the oldest daughter is looking as these little kids are taking the drink, knowing this is some type of
a poison. She thinks it's going to kill her, but it's actually a something to make them sleep. So she's trying to give it to the older daughter, and the older daughter's like, no, I don't want to drink this. They have to hold her down and open her mouth and pour this in. And the little kids go to sleep. About a couple hours later, the mother comes in with a bunch of the little capsules, and as they're sleeping, these cute little German kids, she's putting the capsules in their mouth, crunching their jaw down, and you just see them go, as they're sleeping, they go, and just die right there in the bed. And then she pulls the sheet over their faces, exposing their cute little German feeties.
Aw, little tootsies.
Little dead Nazi tootsies. And then Goebbels and his wife go outside and shoot each other, or he shoots her and shoots himself in the head. The gasoline comes out, burns them. So it's a pretty intense movie.
God, we really live different lives. You're watching this movie, and I was watching Bad News Bears over the weekend.
Oh, you watched Bad News Bears?
I bought
on
that.
cable.
I bought that yesterday.
I watched it too.
And I feel
like on cable.
I feel like such a dirtbag that I'm not maybe like expanding my mind, you know?
Why? It's the same thing at the end. Little blonde-haired youth goes, "Hey Russians!" and throws the trophy at him.
I'm like,
we'll get you next war.
He's describing this very intense movie experience, and I'm thinking, well, I saw a movie this weekend too. Maybe I should share. It was the Bad News Bears.
Little Tanner Himmler. He was my favorite.
Tanner rocks. God, I'm like, geez, that's me.
Remake of Bad News Bears coming out
with Billy Bob Thornton.
Billy Bob Thornton and a bunch of other kids.
You know they're going to ruin it. You know there's going to be no drinking. You know they're not going to be making the martinis for Walter Matthau.
Yeah. Driving. He's drinking and driving.
Drinking and
with
driving.
kids in the car.
Billy Bob Thornton might, though, man. I don't know about that.
Well, you know, he did do that Santa movie, Bad Santa. So maybe they'll go down that same road and get crazy.
But it's unnecessary. It was a funny movie. Why remake it?
I loved what a prick Vic Morrow was in that movie. What a prick.
Holy crap, that's right. That's
He's
Vic
the
Morrow.
father
of
the Courtship of Eddie's father kid,
right.
who was the pitcher of the Yankees.
Oh, my God. You know what? I was watching the movie last night, and I'm like, why is he so familiar? I
Vic
totally,
Morrow.
No, I know. I totally blanked until you just said that.
Vic Morrow worked well with kids, right until he got two of them decapitated.
Right.
Old copter hat.
I was like, you're going to see this intense movie. I couldn't get in to see Robots or whatever.
Oh, Robots.
Because that was sold out all over the place. I like those movies when they come out. You know, I love The Incredibles. And I'm like, all right, I'll watch Bad News Bears instead.
SpongeBob. I would recommend Downfall if you're, especially if you're like a war buff, something like that.
Mike?
Good movie, done very well. They showed just the lunacy of Nazi Germany, especially right at the end in that bunker. All the officers and the women and Ava Braun having parties. She's holding a party and dancing and drinking as artillery is just shaking the shit out of the bunker. And they're all smiling and just cannot accept the fact that it's over. Hitler in his war room with maps yelling at these generals that he wants these troops moved and a counterattack must be mounted to push the Russians back. And then they show what's really happening out on the streets. There are no armies left. He's got these make-believe armies on this map, and it's just kids that are being shot and killed by Russian artillery out there in the streets. And he's talking like he's still got these armies, and people are looking at him like they still have hope that, you know, the Germans are going to turn this around. Meanwhile, the Red Army is just closing in on Berlin. It's really a great movie. Check it out.
All right.
And then, you know, you could watch the Bad News Bears and Robots.
It's nice to know that the Hitler film is a real tearjerker.
Yeah. Let's go. Someone wondering if Hitler kicked his dog in the liver.
All right, listen.
At the end to kill him.
Why does it always have to go there? Mike
Chester, why are you crunching on that little capsule?
Mike from Philly.
Hey, I just wanted to ask if Anthony's going to go to work for Panzerfaust.
No, not working for Panzerfaust Records.
Himmler, shit dick.
Ted from Colorado.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey.
Hey, sweet tits, how are you?
I'm better now, thanks.
Not you.
All right.
Hey, guys. Hey, Anthony, I wanted to know if they portrayed Hitler doing all the methamphetamines and shooting up dope. That's why he was so crazy, you know.
No, they didn't go into
in the movie where they're portraying him as a human being.
No, they didn't go into any drug use. I don't know how Hitler. I don't think was using drugs. I think that toward the end, the doctors were giving him stuff because he was insane. Yeah, but I don't think he was doing things like heroin. The guy was kind of a health nut. He was a vegetarian, which really proves Bernie Goetz's point of people being very peaceful. If everybody was vegetarians, meanwhile Hitler was a vegetarian.
You don't even have to go there. Bernie Goetz proved it himself when he lost his mind.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, those vegetarians, you got to watch them. They showed Hitler, though, eating, and complimenting the chef on his cheese raviolis. The guy liked cheese ravioli.
That does sound good right now, actually.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
I'll have the Hitler.
I'm going to have to go see that movie. What is it called again?
Downfall.
All right, let's say hi to Tad in San Francisco. Tad?
Hey, I can barely hear you guys, as you know, but I just wanted to make a quick movie recommendation for Anthony, and that's a movie called Conspiracy. It was done by HBO a couple years ago, and it's about the meeting that the German High Command, not all of them, but a few of them, got together to lay out the final solution.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, Stanley Tucci and Kenneth Branagh, and it's probably the scariest movie I've ever seen in my life. That these people could sit in a room and just lay out this plan to kill millions and millions of people.
Yeah.
So
right, sounds like a feel-good movie.
Was it scarier than The Grudge?
Definitely.
All right, thanks, Ted.
Toolbag from New Orleans. No, I totally understand, Anthony. It bugs me, too, when I try to exterminate a race and just can't get it done. What? I wasn't saying.
No, I know that.
Why am I being painted like this?
Yeah, it's great when you try to humanize Hitler. That always works.
Yeah.
You're going to get a lot of people on your side. The Sarge, what's up?
Hey, O&A. Hey, little Jimbo.
Hello, the Sarge.
Hey, there's a book you were talking about, reading a book about a movie and then watching the movie and going back and forth about Saving Private Ryan. It was a part that wasn't in the movie, and it was played by soon-to-be career-killed Vin Diesel's character, Caparzo. And he's like, Sarge, these beaches remind me of West Palm, where Jim Norton's going to be performing at March 18th through the 20th at the Palm Beach Improv.
Very nice.
No, that was
kind of
a
way to go.
Really bad one.
That was a good one.
It would have been good.
I will give props when it's good.
I didn't see that coming.
That was awful.
Yeah, it was so roundabout. It was so out there.
That's why I kind of liked it.
An extra scene in Saving Private Ryan.
Vin Diesel? I'm like, what?
Vin Diesel.
He was in that?
On the beach. It was like, what?
I didn't see it coming.
I saw something stupid coming. That's what the problem was. I didn't see a plug, but I saw something stupid coming. Yeah.
I didn't.
Really fast, because we're talking about movies. We were going to talk about this Friday, the Star Wars trailer.
Yeah. Saw that. Looks pretty good.
It does look good?
Looks good. He's disappointed before, though. Some of the trailers looked pretty good, and it turned out to be a stupid kiddie movie. That first one was a goddamn kiddie movie.
He stinks.
The one he made with the little kid in the goddamn speeder race. That stunk on ice. The second one was Dawson's Creek in space, which is that whining ass and what's her facey there. Now it's looking dark, evil, a lot of death, a lot of destruction, high body count. So it looks like it's pretty good. I'm not one of those that says I love the people that say that's it. I'm not seeing them anymore, because you're going to see it.
Right.
You're going to see the Star Wars movie. Except Jim.
I haven't seen any of the new ones. I'm no interest in that crap.
Have you seen the old ones?
Of course.
See? And I couldn't stand the stupid Ewoks.
They were awful.
Ruined that movie. And the first one of the remakes was, visually I love them. They're great. But the stories just stink. Little Annie. Hey, Annie, you going to win the speeder race? Ugh, it was awful. Jar Jar Binks.
He's a boob, George Lucas. I'm sorry.
It was terrible, but this last one looks like the dark one that it's supposed to be. If you're setting up the prequel to the first one that was shown, the one with, Luke Skywalker and stuff, there's no other way it could be than a dark movie, because, they're in a pretty crappy situation in that first one, and you got to set up for that, so it's got to be dark. I think he knew that. I think he took some of the criticism from a lot of the fans. The fact the other ones were too lighthearted, nice, and, kid-like.
Yeah.
And make it nice and dark. Looks good. High body count, Anakin goes out there and he kills a lot of Jedi. So, It can't be a light, fun movie.
Just the fact that there's no Darth Vader yet, it's like, all right, get on with it.
He's Darth at the end.
Yeah,
and he's kind of the beginnings of Darth Vader.
Still the best. It's one of the best bad guys ever created in films ever.
It ends with him being Darth, though. You can't like jump ahead. That's the whole thing.
I'm sure it is, but you got to put more. How about some new Darth Vader footage? That would be interesting.
But there is at the end of the movie. He's got to become Darth Vader. You show him, and he is Vader in this one. He's just the Vader before the costume.
Yeah.
It shows how he turns into the evil bastard.
How about by part 2 they do that, and then part 3 is all new Vader footage? Yeah, how about that? Stop with the faggoty characters, you weak-chinned, irrelevant idiot.
Didn't you feel bad for Vader when they took the helmet off and he was kind of crying for Luke at the end? Kind of felt bad for him, an old guy looking at his young son, and like he couldn't.
Peter Cushing came in and said, "Look, I know you told me to destroy the planet, but I just couldn't blow it up." And he dropped a little tear.
Millions of lives snuffed out in an instant when the Death Star blew up the planet, but I kind of felt bad for him there.
Hey,
I did too.
Anthony, before we go to break, I noticed next to your computer those poker chips.
Yeah, I got to bring those home.
What do you think?
I like them.
Really cool, right?
They're pretty cool. They're very pro.
Yeah, somebody...
carrying case if I take my game on the road.
Yeah, somebody sent you the top-of-the-line poker chips.
Top-of-the-line poker chips.
Ooh. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Just somebody thought Anthony might, like poker chips.
Yeah.
It comes in what, like a nice metal case? You saw it, right?
Metal case, a couple of decks of cards.
Right.
Yeah, that was very cool.
Have you heard of Sweets and... or Sweets or Suits? Suits, I think. Suits in Staten Island?
Suits in Staten Island?
Because I know you like the poker, and you got the here they are, the poker
Never
chips.
heard of it.
Eric brought them in.
Oh, open that case up.
And I got an anonymous present from one of our listeners. It's top-of-the-line poker chips. Look at that.
Oh.
Here, why don't you listen how heavy they are. Nice, right?
These are the real deal.
And you like your poker, right?
I sure do.
Got the place for you, man.
Yeah.
It's called Suits in Staten Island.
Yeah? And...
it's a little out of the way place. You can't really... What? Well, you're liking the poker chips, right?
I definitely dig the chips, yeah.
Here, make that noise again. Look how heavy they are.
They're very...
See? Top of the line.
Real clay chips. I like them.
Well, I just know this place. It's called Suits in Staten Island.
Love when you hear this. You walk into a casino, and you hear this sound just amplified by 100 people doing it. That sound just gets me.
Can I see one, Eric? I love it.
You like, though, right? And you like your poker.
Yeah.
Well, I found the place for you.
And
it's out of the...
you got any connection to this place? Have you been there? How do you know about it, Opie? Why are you plugging it on the show?
No, it's just that I just know you like poker, and, we're friends, and I figured, Suits in Staten Island is the place for you.
Is Spider making the drinks?
It's just... It's just out of the way, it's not a very obvious place.
Uh-huh.
I'll give you the address after the show. If listeners want to maybe, I don't know, play a little, poker, or maybe the slots that they have in the back.
They got slots?
In the back room. A couple blackjack tables, but it's mostly a poker place.
Poker?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I should go there?
I was thinking...
You want to send me there?
Well, I just know you're a poker fan.
Yeah.
I think it would be a very, very cool thing for you to check this place out.
How about I just have a friendly game with people I know in my house, and I don't go to, where is this?
You don't want to go to Suits in Staten Island?
In Staten Island? Nah.
You sure?
Nah. Staten Island, too much water around Staten Island. Too many opportunities to maybe slip off the edge of Staten Island and end up in a river somewhere.
Ooh, nice little place off Toad Hill Road.
Yeah, nice.
You got to ask for, you have to ask for somebody. You can't just, you have to go.
Oh, really? Around back?
Well, you park your car around back.
Say Fat Anthony sent me?
I don't think...
I shouldn't use Fat Anthony as a reference?
No. You don't, no. Fat Anthony has nothing to do with Suits in Staten Island.
Right.
But I think you would enjoy it. Maybe on a Friday night you go up there, play a little, just a little, and then maybe I don't know, you come back on the show next Monday and just, tell me how it was.
Talk about it?
Yeah, just a little bit.
We'll talk about it?
Just a little. They got a nice game going on.
Uh-huh.
Nice game, mostly on the weekends, but we could get a little private game going if you want.
All right. I'll have to look into that. Suits
in Staten Island. You like the poker chips, right?
Oh, I dig them. Why? Where'd they come from?
You You like him, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
No, here's your poker chips back. Just enjoy, okay?
Hey, here's your poker chips.
Enjoy. There you go.
Consider this a gift.
There you go.
Someday, and that day may never come, you may be asked to play poker at an establishment. All right, glad
Suits
to hear
in Staten Island, if you know. I'll give you the address off air.
I just think you're unlucky.
Huh? What?
No, I'm just talking about
the casinos lose money.
All right, we should take a break,
Don't
Anthony.
talk to a man like Mo Green like that.
Mike! And you walk...
when he walks...
The dancers will kick your tongue out. These Evil Angel cards are so sexy.
Yeah, well, Anthony got the real playing cards, and then someone also sent in a...
Yoshi, I'm sure.
Someone sent in, yeah.
Evil Angel, the porn company, they have these cards. They're hardcore. Oh, my God.
Yeah, hardcore porno playing cards.
Wow, these are great.
I don't care how many Dago, Guinea, what greaseball goombas come out of the woodwork.
Oh, Jesus.
Anthony, why don't we take a break?
All right.
You like the poker chips, though?
Oh, I really like them.
Okay.
I'm digging them.
Cool. And you would at least consider going to Suits in Staten Island,
yeah,
right?
I'll consider it.
Okay, good. When we come back, you know how we talk about that gerbil story? It's something we talk about from time to time on the program?
Yes.
In retrospect, lighting the match,
right.
blah, blah, blah.
Who hasn't gotten that one in their email years ago?
Well, we found an actual newscaster that did the story as
a real news story?
That started the whole phenomenon, where people thought this was a real story, even though it was like some kind of urban legend thing.
I'm all in.
That went mainstream.
Where's the ace of spades, Eric?
So, we'll get into that. We got to talk about these guys in the paper doing the homo picture.
Oh, these guys fell for it.
They fell for it. We'll explain next.
Listen to your pals O&A and never fall for that gag. That old gag.
Also, Jacko to Hacko at Boyd today.
What?
That's the latest headline on Michael Jackson. Jacko to Hacko.
Oh, wow.
These idiots in the paper.
That's the New York Post. They love that.
It rhymes.
Yeah. Jacko to Hacko.
They can't get enough of the Jacko headline.
Well,
they love it.
Jacko's team is going to be, cross-examining the accused.
The Post loves doing that.
Look at the ace of spades.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, figures it's an ace of spades.
There's a young girl about to enjoy a penis which happens to be dark with a pink head, and you can't even see the guy in it. The dick just cuts across the entire card. It's really frightening. You got to respect this guy. Wow.
Yeah, he shows up. His body is on like the 2.
Hey, Ben, we have the Sunday papers.
Yes. Get the papers.
All right, they had some of Leno's lines. He is just going all out with this Jackson.
Dude, I'm telling you, Leno's
he's basically doing pedophile humor every night on NBC, and I'm starting to believe that he's the man. I didn't like the Leno.
Dude, the fact that he will do that, Letterman, you watch the way Letterman will tap dance around this and do a top 10 list, which is irrelevant to what's going on. Top 10 reasons Michael Jackson can't buy brown shoes. Oh, he's a hoot. Yes.
Do we have the Post? Because it's going to be...
Number 2, he's bad, but not as bad as he used to be.
The Post just looked for a wacko reference. A Jacko. They love the Jacko.
All right, we'll find it after break, but they did some of the best lines that he's done so far, and I can't believe it. It's pedophile humor.
And you wonder why the Tonight Show is just beating the dog shit out of it. It's great. They're killing Letterman.
Well, here's a little sample from Leno's monologue. This is when he had the other comedians, standing in for him. Great. Check this one. I think this is the Drew Carey one.
Well, according to a story just released today, Michael Jackson is broke.
Really?
ABC is reporting that he is not able to make his payroll for the Neverland Ranch. Given how broke he is, last night at the dinner table, the kid said, "Llama again?" Now, as you know, I have been called as a witness in the Michael Jackson. They're ruling on my gag order tomorrow to see if I'm allowed to tell jokes. Because I am not legally allowed to tell Michael Jackson jokes, but I can still write them. So we are now bringing in surrogate comedians.
All right.
guest comedians. Please welcome a great stand-up comic. Next Thursday, he'll be in Albuquerque watching the U.S. play Honduras in soccer. Did you know that? Please welcome a good friend, Drew Carey. Drew, come on out.
Nice to be here. Thank you very much. Michael Jackson showed up in court late today wearing his pajama bottoms. You know what? We find the kid wearing the pajama top. We have another court case on our hands. Yeah, he showed up at court. He was looking stiff, awkward. He had difficulty moving. Hey, maybe he is really white. The official word for the Jackson camp is he has a hurt back. Hey, kids are heavier now. What are you going to do? What does Michael Jackson call a school bus? Meals on wheels, everybody.
You got the hand right here. You got the hand up while you do it?
Yeah. You know where Michael's two favorite places to go on vacation are? Youngstown and Boise. What does Michael Jackson never say after having sex? Why don't you grow up? This is disturbing.
This is disturbing?
Disturbing.
This is going to be disturbing.
The accuser's brother testified that Michael Jackson walked around naked and aroused. And here's the creepy part. It was at Chuck E. Cheese. That was the creepy part, that it was at Chuck E. Cheese. Yesterday, we heard testimony from the accuser's younger brother, or as Michael calls him, Plan B. Yeah, observers say that Michael rarely looked at his accuser on the stand, and, well, of course he didn't. The kid's 15 now.
There is nothing quite like a Cuban cigar. Right, Ramon? The rich texture, the full flavor, so relaxing. Oh, fiddlesticks. No ashtray. Ramon, open your mouth.
Opie and Anthony, XM202.
You gotta save that shit for the air, bro.
Ben, there are some message board people that hate you, Ben.
Why?
Hate you. There was one guy just bitching about Ben and how he doesn't belong on the air and you suck and how Rick was a better producer because he wasn't on the air as much as Ben is. And that's when I was just like, get the fuck out of here. Oh, my God.
What was it? Who signed it? RD?
Oh, God.
I love when Ben's on the air.
I do, too.
I know.
He only comes on the air when he has something really good to add. What do you have to add today, now that you're in studio in front of a mic?
That's right.
Turn on the mic.
Can someone turn on Austin Powers' microphone?
Austin Powers.
That shirt?
Young Austin.
It's not bad. It's just very bright.
It's nice and colorful.
It is very
colorful.
colorful.
The weather's getting nice, Jim.
That's true.
I went shopping.
It is?
Yes.
Oh, it's open window weather, Ben?
Dude, that office was about 1,000 degrees when I got in here.
1,000 degrees. Metal was melting.
It was hot. For some reason, our office
How
gets
hot
really
was
hot.
Top 10 reasons it was hot. Ha ha ha! Don't talk about the pedophile on fucking trial. Fucking love Leno for doing that. Beautiful.
Leno, very funny.
Bring in Letterman's monologue. Let's compare the two and see who's really addressing what's going on.
Yeah.
All right, we'll do that tomorrow.
Leno is attacking that pedophile. Good.
Very funny.
That's what he is. He's a fucking pedophile. This stupid country has overprotected him, and it's just great to see Leno going after him like that. Good. Good for Leno.
Yeah, we'll do the old comparison tomorrow.
Just so, I'm not saying that Letterman's wasn't a good comic or doesn't have good jokes, but it's just such this misnomer that like Letterman's like the hip New York guy and Leno's a square, and here he is in L.A. doing this edgy pedophile shit on the same time slot. While you look across the street, no victims in the jokes on this side, guys.
That's true.
Real New York edge to it. No victims.
You don't think it might be CBS that's cramping his style, or you just
Absolutely
think he's an unfunny boob?
I don't think. I would say maybe it was CBS having something to do with it, but you know what? They have the same type of advertisers that NBC does. And
gotta give it to NBC though, man. They are letting Leno get away with some really risque pedophile jokes.
They let Last Comic Standing comedians do it. I've dealt with them. They're great. As long as it's not an FCC and it's not too over the top, they're great. They're by far the best network. CBS and ABC just really dropping the ball at comedy.
I remember you doing a rape bit or something.
Yeah, well, there was one joke the censor asked me to take out. He's like, that's a little too gross. I'm like, yeah, no problem. And I think he was right. He was like, yeah, that was a little much for prime time. Whatever. It was fine.
Leave it to you to find the line.
But I didn't mind it. It made sense. I mean, I'm not a moron. I mean, I know you can't say certain things, but it's just great to see a comic just doing that. That's what a comic is supposed to do.
All right.
Oh, it's fantastic.
You want to talk about the bagel guys really fast?
Yeah.
And then we got to get to the story of the weekend. The whole...
the old guy.
Yeah, the old guy and the
old nagging wife.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
Her getting her comeuppance.
Oh, yes, she did. Yes, she did.
Comeuppance.
I was eating my bagels, so maybe this is a good little segue. There's a picture in the New York Post today. It's called Schmear Campaign.
Schmear Campaign. I get it because it's a bagel story.
Here's the story. Let's see. Fareed and Fawad Assad.
Uh-oh.
Guilty. What is going on in this bagel shop?
Uh-oh.
Fareed and Fawad didn't know they were tangling with the MTA when they adorned their bagel shop with Subway memorabilia. So they have this bagel shop, I guess, in Brooklyn. It's called F-Line Bagels.
Are you plugging this, Opie?
Nah, fuck these guys.
Oh, okay.
Language.
I don't need a plug. I got a great bagel shop. Oh, yeah, I do. We'll get into that later, and it's probably, the competition of F-Line Bagels. Let me tell you.
F-Line Bagels.
Right.
Okay.
Suits in Staten Island.
Yeah.
Ask for Vinny Dice.
Vinny Dice is the guy.
I was trying to remember who you have to ask for when you bang on the back door.
Vinny Dice.
Bagel shop locks horns with MTA. So a Brooklyn bagel shop may have to fork over some dough to the MTA because it looks like a subway station. So, these guys come up with a good idea. They're going to sell bagels, but they're going to make it look like a subway stop.
That's a great idea.
And they call it F-Line because all the subways here in New York are letters like the A-line, the C-line. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So they decide to call theirs the F-Line. The owner of F-Line Bagels has ordered the deli. All right, so the MTA has ordered the deli to change its name and remove Subway memorabilia or pay them a fee to avoid trademark infringement.
Are you kidding me? These poor bastards are just trying to eke out a living with a business.
And they come up with this little niche. They think
niche. It's a clever idea.
What? Well, could they call it something else that might reflect the Subway, like late and overpriced with chimp employees? Would that be an infringement on the MTA, you dickheads?
Scent of urine? Perhaps you could...
When was the last time you rode a Subway that you would even know what's going on?
Well, apparently I rode one pretty recently if I yanked that one out.
All right. I didn't think we were doing anything wrong, they said. The whole thing is odd. Why are they going after us? Why?
Look at your first names.
Yeah, exactly. That was the excuse to get into the bagel shop to make sure nothing's going on there.
Yeah.
So, who cares?
That isn't even the story.
It's really a who cares story. I could care less about this stupid bagel shop in Brooklyn. But a little advice to these guys because, I don't know, a quick look at them. They look like they're heterosexual men.
Regular guys.
Trying to make it, and they probably have a lot of people that are a lot of family and friends that are seeing their photograph in the paper today.
They got their company shirt and hats on.
Right, good exposure.
Good exposure for the place.
But the problem is, the photographer told them to do something, and they went for it.
And they did it.
And I saw this picture, and it just reminded me of many, many times where Aunt and I have been photographed for a story or something where the photographer or the interviewer, has this great idea.
I heard that one too, Jimmy.
Is that a fart?
No. He's laughing at photographer.
The photographer.
Photographer.
Yeah, or that. Jimmy just looks and starts cracking up.
I just looked at Ant for a second to make sure that I did hear that correctly.
I think you could use the word photographer, though.
Can you?
Would you? The photographer. You sure he didn't fart, though?
No.
Not to totally get it off me.
No, I did not fart, bro.
They're probably the egg whites or something.
I did not guess.
Someone have egg whites?
Yeah, I got egg whites. Yeah, why does egg whites smell
Egg whites
like farts?
just stink like farts.
All right, so anyway, they got a photograph of these guys.
Yeah.
And it reminded me of
photograph.
Yeah, I know. And it reminded me of many times where these guys wanted us to do something wacky for their article.
They always want the wacky picture of when we're photographed of us interacting somehow too closely. Can you guys sit on the couch? Maybe you could sit and Anthony, you can maybe sit on Opie's knee.
Right.
Or something that ridiculous.
Could you sit on his lap because we can't get you both in the frame?
We can't get you. How about you guys?
What?
Guys, put your arms around each other and put your cheeks together and smile. And every time we've gone, no,
Right.
no.
Well, the most recent one.
Yeah.
There has been the ones after the whole Sex with Sam thing.
Yeah.
Could we get a picture of you guys in
Having
front
ass sex in a church?
Right. In front of the church. It'll just be in the background.
Yeah.
And you look all sad and serious, and there'll be the picture of you two, and then, St. Pat's in the background.
Yeah.
Where then someone decided, well, can we get you guys in priest outfits?
Yeah.
And we'll take your picture.
No.
What, Jimmy? You're wrecking my whole bit.
No, I'm not wrecking your bit. Go ahead.
Not that it's a great one, but...
Go ahead.
What are you pissed off at? And why would Ben hand it to you in the middle of the show? Just to get you really annoyed. Ben, what are you doing, you troublemaker? What's going on over there?
Just an instant feedback about Jim and his Leno comments was funny.
Oh, go ahead. What was it?
Some guy said I was full of shit, that Leno sucks. I just...
Well, let me tell you something. I thought you were. Because I've hated Leno for many, many years. I always thought, Letterman was the hip cat and more of a natural. But, Leno's been impressing me with this Michael Jackson stuff.
Jimmy is such full of shit. Leno sucks. Someday he'll realize he's as fake as Gene Simmons is. Same delusion, which he spells Dilussion.
Dude, I think...
Jay from...
I think Leno, after the...
Dope, Jay.
I think Leno, kills Letterman as far as the monologue goes and the joke-telling, Obviously, it's not even close, but then after that, I agree with him. Leno is it's all just so calculated, and, he's trying to have that same thing that Johnny Carson had going where, he just went with the flow.
Yeah.
I think Letterman does a much better job with that.
Maybe Letterman's better in certain areas.
Much better.
As a stand-up, the main thing
if we're
is the
talking
monologue.
stand-up, well, we'll compare tomorrow. We'll compare tomorrow and see. We'll see what's going on in the two camps there as far as the Michael Jackson humor goes. So, Anthony, so they wanted to get us in priest outfits for an interview. And then recently we did this Improper or something it's called, Way Out East.
Yeah.
Remember what they wanted to do?
I forgot what they wanted us to do, but I remember her saying something and us going, no, it shan't happen.
She brought it in.
What was it?
She wanted us, the female interviewer, to put on a oversized shirt.
Oh, with both of us in one shirt.
Both of us in one shirt.
Like, I'd put my arm out one sleeve, Opie would put his arm out the other, and our heads would go through the neck. And we'd be in one shirt.
And they get so disappointed when we don't want to do any of this stuff.
That would ever happen. On what planet is this woman going to that we are doing that? Because it is not Earth.
Anthony made one mistake when we first started. He just didn't know any better.
Oh, the famous fire extinguisher
Our
picture.
first publicity photo.
That wasn't a publicity picture, though.
Oh, they used
They were
it?
taking a bunch of pictures of us, and that was one of many.
When we first started doing radio together, we went up to AAF in Boston.
Yeah.
That was, so what you decided?
It ended up on the website. I didn't pick and choose that one. There were 20 pictures of me taken that day. One of them was me with my hair like a complete ragged afro, and I was like scrunching up my face, and I had a fire extinguisher in my hand, and I pointed at the camera. And they put that up on the website, and when we got fired, every news agency decided that was the picture that they had of me.
Because they
pulled it off the website.
There's that wacky photograph.
Oh, it's awful.
Where Anthony's pointing the fire extinguisher hose at the camera person.
At least it's not as bad as, two of us doing something stupid.
Wow.
It's not as bad as... It's bad, believe me, but it's not like this with the bagel guys.
I'm trying to remember if there's any other really bad shots out there. I'm sure the the fans will find them and post them.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, so getting back to these bagel dudes from F-Line Bagels. So, they do the story, and they got the two guys. I guess they're the co-owners or whatever. And they want a photograph in front of their joint.
Yep.
So, I know it wasn't their idea.
No,
You know-
they wouldn't do. This is something they wouldn't do on their own. The photographer said, "Hey guys, how about
you guys both have a bagel in your hand?
Yeah.
And you feed each other the bagel.
Feed each other the bagel like a newly married couple." So there they are.
And this guy looks
cheek to cheek, just about.
This guy looks completely awkward. It's like, it's awful. Yeah, go ahead, Ann.
They're just about cheek to cheek. They're holding the bagels, crossing arms over each other's arms, and one bagel is in one guy's mouth, and he's taking a bite, and the other guy has his mouth open, waiting, yearning.
Waiting for his.
Waiting for his big bagel to end up in his mouth. It looks so gay. This looks like a gay wedding story, if you look at it.
And I just hope their family and friends are just abusing the piss out of these two guys.
Look how you
today.
look, my friend. You look like sissy, my friend.
Look how stupid you look today in the post.
But that's those photographers. They always want to get the goofy angle.
Yeah.
And they will always use the goofiest picture they can take of you. They could take 500 pictures where 499 of them will look pretty cool, where you would look at it and go, okay, any one of these would be fine. That one picture that's all goofy or a bad shot, that's the one they'll use. That's the one they'll run. Look at every picture of Hillary Clinton that the Post has put in. They only print that picture of her with her mouth open and her eyes open real wide. She's like, like she just walked in on Bill getting a blowjob. That's her exact face. Eyes open wide, mouth in an O. And that's the only picture they use of her.
Yeah.
So if the press is ever trying to take your picture, a little public service, never listen to the photographer.
And then the photographer
your instinct
gets...
is, no, that's stupid. It's stupid.
Then the photographer always gets bombed as far as you and I are concerned. We're like, no, just snap away.
Snap away.
That's all you're getting today.
Snap away. Occasionally I'll give him the eyebrow.
Yeah.
I'll give him the people's eyebrow.
Yeah.
We'll go with that.
All right. Before you do that, can I just finish up the Michael Jackson thing? This is everything that's wrong with celebrity. And they're just garbage, these people. Britney Spears advises Jackson to toughen up. She's offered him some strange advice to Michael Jackson to get his life back together. He should get drunk and start a fight in a bar. Toxic star Spears believes that Jackson needs to adopt a more masculine persona and get embroiled in a punch-up to help toughen him up, regardless of whether he is guilty or not of the allegations. She tells American magazine Allure, if he did these things, I feel sorry for him. I feel like he probably feels alone and that he needs some help.
Is she insane?
This fucking pig. Is that the best you can say about a guy who's been molesting children for 20 years? Is that what you have to offer, you middle-of-the-road twat?
If he did it, she feels sorry for him.
Oh, and then he needs someone to be like, okay, let's buck you up. Let's give you a mustache. Let's rough you up. Let's go to a bar, get drunk, and be a man.
So she's saying the punishment should be a makeover.
Basically,
that's pretty much what she's saying.
Well, then she says, and if he didn't do these things, I feel sorry for him. Either way, he needs to get in a fight. Just what fucking drivel.
That's like feeling sorry for a crying Hitler or something.
Yeah, it's silly.
That's insane. You know he's guilty of these crimes, and yet you still feel bad for him? Preposterous.
He told Tito to smother the children so they couldn't do anything, and Tito came in and said, I couldn't kill them.
I couldn't kill him. Michael's all upset.
Michael
Maybe a
cried.
tear rolls down his eyes, and you feel a little bad. Sure.
It's just that's what she has to say about this whole thing. It's just everything that's wrong with celebrity in this country.
Got a little song from Pappy.
Pappy.
About the Michael Jackson case.
All right.
I haven't heard this yet. You want to take a little listen? See
Ooh,
if it's good?
Uh-oh, we haven't heard it?
Nah.
Uh-oh, could be a disaster.
Ooh. Could be a disaster. Could be good.
All right.
Jacko likes kids so young. They make the king of pop his spring. And every child he...
All right, is this going to be a problem out there in Radio Land?
That sounds weird to me, too.
It's only in one channel.
Oh, it is?
It's only in one channel.
It is?
It's only in one channel.
It is?
It's only in one channel.
It is?
Where's that other copy of the song, Eric?
Hawk.
No, it's not right in front of me because... Oh, all right, this
You
version.
make me feel so young. I love that song. Stupid Regis. I was on a plane and I actually heard the Frank Sinatra version of that. Yeah, and I started laughing when he started singing it because all I could think of was the Regis version. You make me feel so young. I'll stick my dick in your bung. All the dopey lines we came up with.
Let's see if there's a better version.
Jacko likes kids so young.
I hear it in both ears.
What?
I do too, but it
I
sounds
hear it in both
different.
ears.
Huh? Yeah,
Really?
I'm
Turn
not.
it on. Let me hear.
I'm not going down this road
No?
because I know what's going to happen. And then if it turns out to be a really good song, everyone's going to be like, "Hey, dicks, I didn't hear it."
Yeah. Let me hear it.
Sounds good there.
Jacko likes kids so young.
I hear it in both ears.
They make the king of pop.
No way.
Pop his spring.
You don't hear it in one ear?
Yeah,
No,
through the right
every
ear, it's not
child
mixed
he
properly.
fills with gin.
Through one ear, it comes in great, and through one, it sounds the love vocals are tinny.
Interesting.
What can we do?
Feed each other bagels.
Oh my God, are you just guessing?
Feed each other bagels. Very loud and distorted vocals. Just a heads up.
Nah, I'm not even gonna chance it. It'll drive us nuts, and we're trying to like
not be nuts.
Yeah, we're trying to bitch less. We're trying anyway. We'll see what happens.
Good luck with that.
See if you can get a better copy of that. Or tell Pappy it's got to be in both. Screw this stereo crap.
Yeah.
Screw the stereo crap. Just get it in both.
Pepsi.
Oh, our coffee.
Oh, more coffee? You guys are just ridiculous with your coffee
I'm only
intake.
having 2. I've been trying to cut down, though.
This is only my second.
Provocate.
I know.
I do 5 or 6 a day, but this is only my
Yeah.
second. And then I wonder why I can't sleep.
Dude, once we move to like 3 to 7, I don't know why not.
Shut up.
That's the strategy. An hour at a time.
Believe me.
You know, if you put what do they say? If you put a crab in boiling water, he'll move around like crazy. But if you put him in cold water and slowly heat it up, he'll just sit there until he cooks. That's what we're doing. An hour at a time. Little incremental changes. And then before you know it, we're doing afternoon drive, and people are like, weren't they in morning?
Wait, the crab doesn't move?
Yes. If you heat the water up real slow,
it's less painful.
The crab will just sit there and won't even notice that it's boiling before he cooks.
knows a little bit about.
But if you throw him
everything.
into boiling water, of course he's going to be like, "Hey, ow!"
How long does he move around for in boiling?
In boiling, not long at all. Oh, it's quick.
I don't like eating seafood.
By the way,
seafood, eat food.
By the way, the boys in the other booth are always looking for ideas for promos.
Yes.
A promo about Anthony knowing a little bit about everything.
Ah.
A little bit about everything.
Little tad, a little chip of knowledge about every little thing.
It just comes out of nowhere half the time. People are saying the song sounds fine. I don't know, man.
Some people, but remember last time, some people said it was fine.
I know.
and
Let Eric, go into the other room and see if he could fix it up a little bit.
You just stirred with that pen, Opie. How do you stir your coffee with a pen?
And I
Guys have been chewing on that pen.
And I wonder why I had the flu for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I can't understand it. It helps the immune system.
Yeah. What are you stirring your coffee with? Oh, that's a little toilet brush. What's the matter with you?
I still have a little something 3 weeks later. All right. Well, we got this stupid little thing. You want to listen to this real fast?
No, that's stuck in my head. You make me feel so young.
You want to hear a little some?
Sure.
I like it when they trade down. Like I was saying to Baba Boohai, like if Beth and I broke up, and then I read in the paper she was dating like. But if she was with, like, Mark and Brian or Imus, that would suck. You know what I mean?
You don't want anybody in radio.
No. That would really, really blow.
There's Beth O and Mancow.
Like, that would suck.
Oh, God, yeah.
Oh, look who's there.
Or where's even Beth O and Anthony?
You're right. Yeah, Opie. Beth O, Opie, and Anthony. Beth O and Anthony. The new show.
Right. Well, come on, that would kill you, wouldn't it?
Come on. No, you know what?
I'd fuck her good.
Yeah, I would.
That would kill you.
I don't want that.
I'd give her a good tooling.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
Unlike-
Beth O and Anthony.
Unlike you, Howard, Anthony's got a huge hog.
Oh, forget about it. It's one of those fat Italian ones.
It's like a Foster's can. I haven't seen it live, but just the reaction when women look at it.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
It's like when they see Kong for the first time, chained up on stage, knowing you could just rip you to pieces if it's unleashed. Get out of here, Beth O. Stop it. Stop it. I'd have put a bridle and saddle on her.
That was some
rider.
That was some brilliant, clever,
That was good.
entertaining radio.
That was good.
I don't think we could compete with that.
Beth O and Anthony.
And then playing like what? Some kind of psycho music? That's impressive.
Would I have to go out to the Hamptons with her every weekend? Or she'd be all bitchy at me?
Maybe you could just...
Howie used to take me to the Hamptons.
Maybe you could just bang her in the huge stretch black Escalade limo thing that he's driving around trying to be incognito.
Does he even drive anymore?
No, he doesn't drive.
He doesn't drive his own vehicle?
Nah,
like he's driven everywhere?
No.
That must be nice.
No.
It's got to be nice, though. Your car pulls up, you jump in, and it takes you where you want to go. And then when you're there, you don't got to park, you don't got to do anything. You just jump out and go to your event.
It's a great way to keep in touch with your listeners, you know?
Yeah.
It really is. It gives you more time to keep in touch with them because you don't have to worry about driving and what the average driver goes through coming into Manhattan for a morning show like Anthony does.
Yeah, well, can't relate.
No, I think he can relate more because he has more free time to relate to the listeners. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. You know?
I'd like some more free time to relate to the listeners because I have no time in my Saturn to relate to them at all. I'm putzing around town trying to find whores in a family sedan. Fucking loser.
Do you lease or did you buy?
I bought it. Paid
you
off.
Bought?
First time I ever owned a
It's
car.
all paid off?
Yeah, 3 years.
And what are you gonna keep it? Or are you
I have
gonna
like
upgrade
30,000 on it, dude, but it's having some problems.
It is already?
Only because in New York, the city driving is so brutal
It really
on a vehicle.
beats up a car.
It kills you.
Yeah.
But it's the first time in my life, as of like 6 months ago, I've never had a paid off car before in my life.
That must be a nice feeling.
It's fun and I have to pay, yeah.
What about your insurance, Jimmy? Is that high?
It's 15 a year or 1,000. I don't even remember what it is because it's not that bad. I haven't got a ticket in so many years.
I know the city really blows.
And
I don't mind.
I'm not going to get a new car until I move back out to the suburbs.
That's still.
I'm going to beat the crap out of my car now because it just gets dinged. Some of these work trucks park right in front of you and their tools fall right on your hood. They don't care.
Side view mirrors.
You should
gone.
see the crap that's on the hood of my car. I'm like, what is this? Did they drop bricks on it today?
Yep. The city's the worst place to have a vehicle.
A new car.
Worst.
A new car anyway.
Yep. You want an old piece of crap.
Yeah, it's running a little bit sluggish. It's I brought it into the same Saturn dealership like 30 times, and I'm still having like these weird little problems. It's like, just make it run better. My fucking engine light won't stop coming on.
It's running sluggish because it's a Saturn.
It's a 3-year-old
Who are
Saturn.
you kidding? My other Saturn, I've had this one. I had 160,000 out of my other one.
Really?
Dude, this one has only not started one time. I've had great success with these cars. That's why I buy them.
Only not started one time. That's one time too many.
No, but it was but this is why I like Saturn. It was a battery. It was like some kind of
What'd you do? Did you hit your OnStar and go, my car won't start, and they send somebody and fixed it?
Yeah, but my OnStar is even better than yours because it comes in my pocket and Sprint does it. So I pick it up. No, actually, it's twice it didn't start. Once it actually just broke down.
Yeah.
I've really had enough of this fucking Saturn.
3 years and you already have it breaking down on you.
Yeah, this one's not as good as the other ones, man. I've had some good luck
I don't know,
with these
though,
cars,
dude.
but...
You beat the crap out of your cars.
Not really, dude. I got less than 30,000 on it in 3 years. I used to do 30,000 a year when I was living in Jersey.
Yeah.
90,000 by this point is what I would have on it, and it was still going good.
It's tough city miles, though.
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
how many brake jobs have you had?
I think only one.
One?
Yeah.
30 miles driving in the city?
Yeah.
30,000 miles,
Don't forget, sometimes I'll go out, do gigs or whatever, but most of it's
Is your door all scratched up from trannies' fake nails hitting the side of it?
Yeah, like 2 feet down from their big mules banging into the side.
Right. Yeah,
dent in your door?
Yeah.
You got a mule dent.
Hi, Daddy. Sometimes I only crack the window so I get, this has happened with hookers, I get lipstick prints on the very top of my window. So I won't open it because they'll put their thieving hands in. What could I do for you, Daddy? Their big lips.
Dance. What are you doing, Daddy? Oh, lipstick marks on your window.
Yeah, because you open the window like an inch just so they can chat into it.
It's like an old lady's coffee cup.
Hey, Greg, what's up?
Yeah, hey, Anthony,
Yes, sir.
don't dismiss being with Beth, so quickly because, she's not going to be stretched out, because, Howard doesn't have a very big one there.
All right, there you go.
At least that's what he keeps saying. So she should be nice and tight.
He's ripping me off, my girlfriend.
Yeah.
Stop. I invented having girlfriends, Robin.
She made the worst career choice, by the way, too.
Yep.
Because when it comes down to it, Beth she's okay. She's not that hot. And FHM does this thing. It used to be Jenna Jameson and Isaac from The Love Boat. They give, sex advice.
Yeah.
And Jenna Jameson, she's blown up to the point she's not doing it anymore, so they had to get a replacement chick.
Yep.
And they got Beth to do it.
Yep.
Ugh.
Yeah, here's the problem.
Ugh.
Here's the problem with
You
Howard.
had that big-titted monster porn star just beyond hot, and then you got Beth she's okay.
All right.
She's nothing special.
Yeah. You know what it is with Howard? Whenever you align yourself with him, whenever you latch on to his coattail,
you can guarantee you will never, ever be bigger than him. He just won't allow it. He will not allow anyone in his crew, and that includes his own girlfriend, to be bigger than him or have a career that outshines him. Or even a moment, not even a career, because you'd have to be pretty big to outshine Howard as far as career goes. The guy's had a very decent career, Jesus Christ. But he won't even let people have their moment in the spotlight because that's the kind of guy he is. And that's why all his cronies who've been with him for years will never gain any higher level than they're at, period. They've tried. They've all tried.
Unless you escape. Stern and John escaped.
Yeah, there you go. He escaped. Well, Jackie escaped, but look at where that got him. Nowhere.
Bad move.
And who else? Like Robin wants to do that talk show thing. You heard that being batted around a while?
That ain't happening.
That ain't going to happen.
That ain't happening, and they're not really talking to her. She took a stupid TV meeting like Aunt and I have taken. We've taken 1 million of those meetings, and they're all just go in a boardroom, you talk to some creative people. Hey, you ever thought of doing a TV show? Well, yeah.
Yeah. What do you want to do?
And then it goes nowhere. We've done 10 to 12 of those, but we don't call the papers every time we do one. She's not going to have a fucking TV show.
Mm.
What's the TV show going to be? Her just sitting there in front of the camera laughing for a half hour every morning?
I'd watch that, though, a few times.
That'd be fun.
I'd tune in a couple of times and just watch it. Oh, Howard. Shut up. How about Anthony and Beth? Oh, jeez. Great. Good one. You got me.
All right, why don't we take a break, Anthony?
All righty.
And we'll get into some other things.
Jacko.
Oh, we can't take a break. We might have a better version of that Pappy song. We don't even know if it's good or not.
Oh. Pappy.
Jacko likes kids so young. They make the king of pop his spring. And every child he fills with gin to see some hog buy a toast and java log. The creepy white-faced freak likes to pretend he's nice and meek, but you'll get trapped inside his lair if you have no body hair. Cuckoo guy keeps on ducking the cops, spins kids around on dizzy rides, mixing them up to forget his cock. Jacko likes kids so young, they make him feel that he's well hung, balls to be swung, and a smooth little butt to be stung. But when that kid grows up, he'll say, it might be me, but that dude is kinda gay, 'cause Jacko likes kids so young.
Want to hear more?
Spooky night. He pretends he sleeps on a cot, but sneaks in their beds, that wacko, sticking it up tots in their balloon knots. Jacko likes kids so young.
Want to play the rhyme game?
They make him feel there are schlongs to be schlung, boys to be tongued, some purple thing in your bum. But when they're 12 years old, he'll say, we can no longer play Monster Rain, because Jacko likes kids so he reads them porno. Jacko likes kids so young. And do not tell your mama.
Okay, terrific.
It had potential.
The organ music is great.
Yeah, the bad music is funny, and the guy's vocals are pretty accurate. But I don't know. It had potential. You know, you wanted it to work. Yeah.
Well, we could start.
I'm sorry.
We could start encouraging listeners to send in their Michael Jackson songs.
That was awful. Yeah. he's not going to make it on to the next round.
No.
You know, FHM was supposed to do a little something on old Jimmy Norton.
Really?
I don't know when, though, yeah.
What happened?
I don't know if I talked to the guy or not. I forgot.
FHM?
Yeah.
I like that magazine. I like
Wow, we only have a half hour left in the show.
No, Opie.
We forgot to tell people we're only doing 3 hours a day now.
We're lazy.
And but you won't know because at 10 o'clock it'll sound like the show continues.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, we just play a taped segment at 10 to 11. We're not really live.
Don't a lot of morning shows replay bits and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Like, I remember when I used to listen to Imus, like, I guess they covered different listeners at 7 and 10 or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah, I was thinking about that, but with the replays, we can't do that old gag anymore.
I don't think you
We
should.
played a million times. Oh, Imus used to do that years ago. I remember that. Hey, now another Moby Worm bit we did earlier. Here's a Moby Worm. And then all of a sudden he played again. And again.
You don't know who
remember
Moby Worm is?
Don't remember what
Moby Worm was a giant white worm that used to roam the streets. Oh, jeez, this is awful. And Imus would do like a blow-by-blow description of where the worm was. So, like, and he'd pick a neighborhood off the map somewhere.
So it would be your town one day.
So it'd be your town, yeah. One day we'd be like, well, Moby Worm's working his way up the Seaford Oyster Bay Expressway out there on Long Island. Now he's, we're getting reports. Moby Worm just made a left on Jericho Turnpike. yeah, God. And it's coming up to, Setauket High School. And he'd give like little landmarks and say Moby Worm was coming. And
what was the point of Moby Worm coming to your town, though?
I have no idea. It was the dumbest thing I've ever heard. It was for people to be, like, driving around at the intersection of, like, 135 and Jericho Turnpike.
And having them crash because they're looking to see if there really is a giant worm
and
following them?
They'd be looking around like, wow, I'm
God.
exactly where Imus says Moby Worm is.
Nice buzz.
Moby Worm.
There was no end to the bit? That was it?
Yeah, it was pretty much it. And then he'd, like, end up at a high school and...
See, that's hack stuff. At least maybe every day you give that town, you send a van out there and give them all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
There needs to be an ending to the bit.
No, there was no giveaway, no end.
That's
no
all it
stuff.
was?
Yeah, it was just
and
Moby
he would tease
Worm.
it all morning?
Oh, he would tease it. He would talk about where Moby Worm was sighted. You know, he's coming out of he's coming out of the water down there, Fire Island. And now he's working himself up the causeway, and Moby Worm coming to get you, baby. And that was pretty much it. And then he'd play another lame song. Wow. And then he'd come back. 80s.
Oh, wow.
Maybe mid-80s, something like that. Yeah. Yeah, he did the Reverend Billy Saul Hargis. We're going to replay the Hargis bit.
That was before Rob Bartlett was there or no?
It was just about the time Bartlett came on board with him.
And Bernie?
And before Bartlett, yeah. Yeah.
Bernie's funny, man.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, is Rob Bartlett still with him or no?
I don't know. I haven't heard of him in years.
Yeah.
Yeah, he used to be a stand-up, right?
Yeah, he was, and he would do all the impressions, I think, like the Tyson bits and stuff, which were really fun.
Yep. Back in the old days. Yeah, Moby Worm coming to get you. And then he would just destroy things, and Imus would talk about it. That was a lame-ass bit.
Did they ever realize that Moby Worm was attached to a herky producer? That's why no one could find the worm. He just put it back in his faded in the front jeans.
We ought to do that. Benny's Worm coming down to get you, baby, down 57th Street. It's herky and jerky, and look out. Look out if you're at 57th and 7th. Here comes Benny's Worm. St. Patty's Day is coming to the Hard Rock, baby.
There was, by the way, a St. Patrick's Day parade yesterday in Baltimore.
What a dumb time to have a parade.
Yesterday afternoon.
Well, there was one in Huntington. Every town has their St. Patty's Day.
New York
the next couple
City
weekends.
has it on St. Patty's
But
Day.
then the rest of the towns, they do it. A bunch of them happened over the weekend, and another bunch will happen this coming weekend.
But why not just do it on the day?
Because people have to work.
But Opie...
And then I guess,
don't
especially
do it.
in Huntington, right? They had the one in Huntington. I guess they think if they had it on St. Patty's Day, a lot of the people from Huntington would go to the city
Exactly.
to see it, and they'd have a parade for no people.
Yeah, because the city has the Mac Daddy Parade.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And we'll be broadcasting live Thursday at the Hard Rock Cafe.
Ooh.
7 a.m. to 11 a.m. Our kegs and eggs. It's going to be a lot of fun. We haven't done one in front of a lot of listeners in a long time, so we'll be a little rusty, but it'll be a good time. Anthony, I got the gerbil thing, the gerbil story.
Oh, yes.
This is legendary.
Yeah, this was an urban legend. You might remember years ago. Remember when the dittos used to make their way around the office instead of just emails? they little dittos would be passed around with these weird little urban legends on them. Now they come in emails, but back in the old ditto days, there was one that was making the rounds, and it was about a couple of guys that ended up in the hospital. They were gay gentlemen, and it was a mishap with a gerbil being up one guy's rear and the other guy trying to get the gerbil out.
Toilet paper tube?
Yeah, with toilet paper tube involved, a lighter, the gerbil, and it was a horrible accident.
Because the guy had a lot of gas in his ass.
And apparently the gerbil blew out the guy's ass. But the guy explains the whole thing in the story. This is just one of those urban legends that is so fake and so phony, yet was reported as real news.
Yeah, it was picked up as a real news story.
And when these things made their way around the office, somebody would always go, "No, man, I swear this is real." Shut up.
Listen to this real news guy telling this ridiculous story.
Here's a fax from Cooter in Orlando, who sends me a copy of a story that appeared in the Los Angeles Times. He says,
L.A. Times.
A prestigious newspaper, not the oft-maligned Weekly World News.
See, he's already selling it. Like, I know what you're about to hear is completely ridiculous, but it was in the L.A. Times, so it has to be true.
Not the oft-maligned.
This isn't the Weekly World News, which we all know is filled with fake stories.
Next story, Bat Boy is seen again.
Unlike your L.A. Times, where there's nothing but real, true stories.
True news.
Well, Cooter from Orlando is always a good news source.
Yeah, I know, right?
Because you should believe everything you read in your local newspaper.
That's right.
They don't exaggerate the facts at all. They don't lie to you at all. The Weekly World News does, but not the L.A. Times. Come on.
Here's a fax from Cooter in Orlando, who sends me a copy of a story that appeared in the Los Angeles Times. He says, a prestigious newspaper, not the oft-maligned Weekly World News.
Ramon.
Quoting the story, in retrospect, lighting the match was my big mistake, but I was only trying to retrieve the gerbil. Eric Tomaszewski told bemused doctors in the severe burns unit of Salt Lake City Hospital. Tomaszewski and his homosexual partner, Andrew Kinky Farnham, had been admitted for emergency treatment after a felching session had gone seriously wrong.
What's felching?
Felching.
I believe
felching. I think I know what felching is.
All right.
Isn't it when, like, a gay guy does his thing in a gay guy's bung and then takes a straw and
sucks it out?
That's supposed to be felching.
Yeah, when one guy fills the other guy's rectum with loveliness. I don't know if you suck out your own felch. I guess
Why
so.
that F would you do that ever?
I don't know. Let's not judge.
Because you're a gay guy and
the straw.
You like the man-ass and you like the jizz.
Dude, I'm getting, like, what is the thrill
Turned
in
on?
that? What is the thrill in that?
I don't know. What's the thrill for a husband when they know that their wives will come over and have sex and they want to just go down on them after you're done banging them?
That ain't going to happen.
Oh, no, but I mean, I've had that.
You've done that?
Oh, yeah, with a woman who wants you to bang her, and then she goes home and tells her husband, and he goes down on her.
Oh! That's a gay guy, by the way.
No,
it's a gay guy.
I disagree.
No, it's a gay guy.
Disagree.
There's nothing you're going to tell me.
I'll tell you what.
You are not going to tell me any different.
It's about the utter humiliation that she's giving him. It's not about the guy's dick that was there. It's about the absolute worthless cleaning utensil he's being used as to service her and clean her vagina out. It's not about wanting a dick in his mouth. I really think it's about being a cuckold, about just her going, you're such garbage, you're so worthless now. Another real man fucked me, now lick this. That's more, I think, what that's about.
Wow.
Him being subservient to her.
You think that's it?
I do, yeah. Otherwise, these women would be going, look, would you come over here and hook up with my husband? You know what I mean? It's not about that.
The guy obviously enjoys the having man juice in his mouth.
Not necessarily.
No,
I don't know if that's it, dude.
That's really creepy, Jimmy.
I think it's more... I'm not saying that can't be the case with some guys. I'm not saying some bi or gay guys don't hide it behind threesome fantasies. But I've talked to women who have told me some of the stuff their husbands do, and it's not, to me, it's not a gay thing that they're doing. They just want to be humiliated by a woman. And what better humiliation as a man than to have your woman go out and fuck somebody else and not only not lie to you about it, but say, I did.
It's humiliating.
Clean this out with your mouth.
Okay, terrific.
Yeah. Thank you for summing that up.
Yeah, I don't get it either. It's not my thing.
All right, well, back to the story.
Felching.
A felching session went awry.
Yeah.
I pushed a cardboard tube up his rectum and slipped Raggett, our gerbil, in, he explained. As usual, Kiki shouted out, Armageddon! My cue that he'd had enough. I tried to retrieve Raggett, but he wouldn't come out again, so I peered into the...
Wait, that was the safe word for the couple or something?
Yeah. If he says Armageddon, get that gerbil out of there.
Why? He doesn't want the gerbil to hear the signal? Why doesn't he just say, pull the gerbil out?
Yeah, I know. Take this gerbil out of my ass.
Yeah. Ixnay on the cardboard tube A.
Let's go to Sean in Staten Island, the home of Suits.
Yeah, Suits is Staten Island. What's going on, guys?
Hey, man. Hey, Sean.
No, I just want to tell you guys that about the finching thing. It's not really called finching when you suck the...
Felching.
Felching. It's called shrimping.
Oh, shrimping?
Yeah, that's what... I don't know what finching is, but...
It's felching, you jackass!
Felching, not
Open
finching.
your fucking ears, jackass!
I don't know.
Finching?
Whatever. All right,
is that
guys,
something Finster does?
Finching?
Finster, baby.
That's when you suck the cum out of a bird's ass.
A little finch. Finching. That's a little straw you need.
Oh, look, the little coffee stirrer.
Little swizzle stick.
You have to put like the little twisty tie on his bird wings so he doesn't fly. Clip those wings, because Finchy is never enjoying this.
Sweet. No, they never like when you finch them.
Gotta hold it down. He tries to peck you with his little beak.
All right, so I guess this couple had a safe word. The gerbil's up there doing its thing. The guy can't take it anymore, so he yells Armageddon.
Armageddon.
That's what I'm thinking.
Which is a...
What?
Yeah. I had a thought, and I just couldn't put it together.
All right. As usual, Kiki shouted out, Armageddon! My cue that he'd had enough. I tried to retrieve Raggett, but he wouldn't come out again, so I peered into the tube and struck a match, thinking the light might attract him. At a hushed press conference, a hospital spokesman described what happened next. The match ignited a pocket of intestinal gas, and flame shot out the tube, igniting...
You know what the best part of this is?
Yeah.
He's believing this is a real story.
Oh, I know.
And that he found radio gold with this thing.
And that there's a press conference at this hospital about some guy that had a gerbil shot out his ass.
The one fag yelled Armageddon, and Bruce Willis and Liv Tyler ran in and did a scene from an awful film. Well, Ben Affleck was dreamy in that.
Ben Affleck was in
igniting Mr. Tomaszewski's hair.
Sorry. Gotta just yell out bad Ben Affleck movies to get that gerbil out of there. Come on.
Good Will Hunting! Good Will Hunting!
Jersey Girl!
Daredevil! Daredevil!
Igniting Mr. Tomaszewski's hair and severely burning his face. It also set fire to the gerbil's fur and whiskers, which in turn ignited a larger pocket of gas further up the intestine, propelling the rodent out like a cannonball. Armageddon! Armageddon!
Jesus. Gotta get a kick out of this.
Tomaszewski.
That was terrific.
Okay, terrific.
Yeah. What?
This guy's losing his mind.
Enjoying the story much too much.
Yeah. Did you guys hear about the one guy who went turtle doving? That's when you come all over a pear tree and a partridge sucks it out. Fucking idiot with your phone call. Finching.
Finching.
Tomaszewski suffered second-degree burns and a broken nose from the impact of the gerbil. While Furnham suffered first and second-degree burns to his anus and lower intestinal tract. Armageddon! peered into the tube and struck a match, thinking the light might make the gerbil come out. So that's what felching is all about. Armageddon! Who says that? I didn't. Robert D. Raven on the John.
Oh, there you have it.
Armageddon.
That was reported as a real story.
Yeah.
Many times.
Yeah, that one's pretty much been dispelled. You don't see that one around anymore. But there are plenty more like it.
I'd like to see Mythbusters go after that one.
I love that show.
I
watch Mythbusters all the time.
I don't know why I don't like it. I
don't?
want to like it, too.
They blow stuff up. It's cool.
I know. Just they always use a mannequin. It just annoys me.
What are they supposed to do?
No, I know.
He's a real person.
I don't know why I don't like the show.
Yeah.
I wish I did.
All right, why don't we take a quick break?
They had the old jumping in the elevator gag. They did that one where somebody said if your elevator is plummeting to the basement, if you jump at the last minute, much like Bugs Bunny did in the plane that was crashing, if you jump at the last minute, you'll be fine because the elevator will kind of crash around you. And that was disproven.
Of course.
Absolutely.
You probably can't even jump. If you can, you're just going to come up an inch.
Yeah, well, the thing is all relative speed. You know, if the elevator is plummeting at, let's say, 60 miles an hour, you have to be able to jump 60 miles an hour in order to cancel out the speed of the elevator.
But then you would...
Obviously, you're not jumping 60 miles an hour.
Yeah, because then you would bang your head.
Then you bang your head. Very good, Opie.
You wouldn't be able to jump, though, because as the elevator's going down...
You would be able to jump, because
really?
it's all relative. Relative to the inside of the elevator, your speed is 0. So you can jump.
He knows a little bit about everything.
I've tried to. Going down, it's harder to jump because you're going down.
During the acceleration period, once you reach the speed that you're at, you're no longer accelerating, and you can jump because your relative speed to the elevator is 0.
Oh, okay.
So, but your speed relative to the elevator shaft and the floor coming up at you is 80 miles an hour.
Do the math.
Do the math.
You guys, a few years ago, there was an elevator in the Empire State Building that plunged like 40 stories. But there's something called a governor on an elevator, which will grab it and stop it from actually plunging. But it went 40 from like the 80th to the 40th floor, the 52nd to the 12th. It plunged 40-something floors, and then the governors finally worked and stopped it from crashing. 400-something feet it fell.
Did all those people get a little shorter?
No! No.
They all came walking out, hey, how you doing? Oh, midgets. That was a cartoon.
Well, did you read the headline? In hindsight, pressing L for lobby wasn't a good idea.
All right, we got to take a long break. That's why Ben's in here, right?
Hi, Ben. Why are you in here, Ben?
Wow, do whatever we want.
Wow,
what a concept.
It's a new attitude he's got with his later hours.
Do whatever we want.
Do what you want. I don't care.
What do you want to do?
Ben Sparks.
What do you want to do, Ant? We can do whatever we want.
Whatever we want? Can we leave? No, of course not.
Whatever we want.
Ooh. Take a break. I don't want to take a break. I want to chit-chat with my friends.
Yeah,
we're just chitting and chatting.
Yeah. Chit, little chat.
Chit-chat.
I throw out a chit, you throw out a chat.
Uh-oh. Anthony, we might have found the first thing you're wrong about.
What's the problem?
Go ahead, Frank.
Problem?
If I could barely hear you, that'd be great. But Anthony,
all right, yeah.
How does an elevator going down stop accelerating? If it's continuously going down, there is no acceleration period that stops.
No, when it starts, let's say right when it starts dropping, it's going to accelerate to whatever speed it's at, unless it hits the floor before it finishes its acceleration. It will reach a certain speed, my friend. It's not going to keep accelerating up to a billion miles an hour if it's got a long enough elevator shaft.
Obviously not a billion miles an hour, but if it's going down, its continuing momentum will continue it to accelerate. Once it hits the floor, that's when it stops.
Yeah, Anthony.
It depends on how long the shaft is. It's going to reach whatever its terminal velocity is.
There is no terminal velocity on something continuously going down.
Yes, there is, you shithead. There absolutely is something called terminal velocity.
I don't know.
Stop accelerating on a downward motion. The momentum will carry it all the way down to the bottom. That's when it stops.
Perhaps in a vacuum in space. How about friction of the rails it's on, or the cable on the pulley, or air itself in the shaft? It will reach an absolute speed and then stop accelerating.
No, it certainly
won't. It absolutely will. You are wrong, Frank.
You're wrong. All right.
You are wrong, Frank.
Length times width equals area.
You are wrong, Frank.
All right, Anthony.
Yes. Click. Right, he got me there because he knew he didn't have me on the other thing.
I can't believe he was challenging the beautiful mind.
Don't challenge me.
I don't know who's right, but I do know that in an airless room, a feather and a brick fall at the same speed.
Yes, they do.
But the brick is heavier.
But Opie, no, you don't get it.
Yes.
How could a lighter thing fall like a heavy thing?
That's, the air.
It's heavy. And then it's light. The thing.
I know, like, here's the thing. When you fall, like, say you skydive,
yeah.
Do you continue to pick up speed, or is there a speed you finally bottom out at?
Terminal velocity.
Which means that's as fast as you're going to go.
That's as fast as you are going to fall. You can fall no faster. That's just it. That's the way things are.
I just want to know
on
why.
Earth, because gravity doesn't change. Well, I don't know.
I just want to know why the coyote never dies when he goes over the cliff.
Very interesting, because cartoons
no
aren't as prone to gravity as real people.
Sure it is. He's falling like anyone else would fall.
There's always a little puff of smoke.
But the weird part is, like, the bottom half of his body starts falling first, and his head just stays in the same place.
Cartoon characters affected very differently. Also, if you're a cartoon, you notice a ledge can fall out from under you, and you will hang there for a while, long enough to pull a sign out that says, "Oh no" on it. And then you'll fall, and like you said, feet first.
And the sign is made by Acme.
Acme, usually. Acme products. Very good.
Bullshit. Who carries signs like that? Stupid.
You could have, because cartoons actually have these limitless pockets in their pelt, and they can just pull anything out of it. But why pull out a sign when you could pull out, let's say, a parachute?
Or just yell Armageddon.
Armageddon.
Let's go to Matt in Jersey. Matt.
What's up, fucknuts?
Hey.
What would actually happen is if the cable broke and the elevator started accelerating at its greatest rate of speed immediately, you would hit the ceiling because the elevator would go down faster than you, so you wouldn't be able to jump. And then when the elevator hit the ground, you would just smash face first. So
why would the elevator go down faster than you?
He said if it just came to its greatest rate of speed without an increase.
It's like it's the G-forces when you.
What, you are equal. You are exactly equal to that elevator. You would not lift off the floor.
Attached to the elevator.
Exactly, but you are falling at the same exact rate as the elevator.
If you were attached or holding on.
No.
It dropped out from under you.
You're affected by gravity the same way the elevator is. You're falling at the exact same rate. And since you're in the elevator, there's no wind resistance on you. You're going to stay on the floor.
All right,
unless the elevator is pulled down faster. If you go to that ride in California, Disney MGM, they got the Tower of Terror. You sit in the seat. It's an elevator drop. But in order to give the good illusion where you actually come off the seat, they have to actually pull the elevator down faster than gravity, which they do, and you get pulled out of the seat. If they just let it free fall, you would not come out of the seat. You would fall at the same rate.
I think this guy was just saying, though, if there was no build-up, I think he was saying if it automatically just went to that fastest speed possible without a build-up to it, that you would come off the ground.
All I know is...
Like all of a sudden, if it was just going fast, and all of a sudden, terminal velocity, like that, then you...
Yeah, well, in order for it to do that, it would have to be pulled out from under you with some other force. It can't just happen naturally.
No, I know. He was
then you would come off the floor if there's a motor pulling it down.
Yes. I believe terminal velocity equals 33 FPSs.
No. It's a bunch of crap that's been disproved.
Which I think is about 120 miles per hour.
Nope.
If I think about it, really.
Quicker than that.
I don't know. I've heard that too, but it depends on the weight, right? Weight has to match terminal velocity.
It all depends on the FPS. So.
Yeah, terminal velocity through the atmosphere, through the air in the atmosphere, is different for something like a feather as it would be for a rock because you get wind resistance.
Sure. And the air is thinner higher. So you're going to come faster.
Would you get a nosebleed?
I don't know.
I've always wondered why, when parachuting from like 30,000 feet, when you set your thing off, why doesn't it just rip your torso in half?
Terminal velocity.
30,000 feet. Who the hell's parachuting from 30,000
Well, I'm not
feet?
off. Well, there was one guy that did it, actually. I saw footage. They were saying it might have been the Roswell crash. Well, he was in a spacesuit.
Yeah.
He did it from like 80,000 feet. They were testing the effects of bodies falling, and he had a parachute, obviously.
And he yelled Armageddon just before he jumped out of the plane.
It's the worst thing I've ever seen. There's a camera mounted in the hot air balloon. It's like a special one that can go up to just the end of the atmosphere. And he's in a spacesuit, and he's outside of it, and he just drops back. And he's from, like, the edge of space.
And you see it's like Earth from space?
Oh, yeah. And this was because they think that this is what happened in Roswell, was that these were the bodies that they found were these test dummies they had. I don't know if that's true or not, but they had test dummies doing this, and they actually had live guys testing.
They were aliens in Roswell.
Possible. I
know they were aliens.
Well, they were small. They could have been Mexicans. I'm not saying they weren't.
How pompous are we to think that we're the only life form in this damn universe?
Let me play devil's advocate, Greg. But they may not have said that we're the only life forms. But again, Earth is kind of hard to see. There's nothing here that would be indicative of life on the planet that you'd see from that far away. Yeah. It's hard to see clouds and water from X amount of thousands of miles. You're not going to see it from 20 million miles.
Why would the guy jump from 30,000 feet, though? Wouldn't you get the same feeling from a really good blowjob?
No.
Well, they're thrill seekers, right?
Oh, so you're saying he would...
Why would you go through all that when you can get the same feeling by just getting a really nice BJ?
Because you don't have to kick the sky out of your apartment when you're finished.
Like sand through the hourglass, so is the O-a-day virus.
We got to get Wheelchair Fred on the phone.
Yeah, we really do.
Wheelchair
He's getting all upset. This guy was in a motorcycle accident years and years and years ago. Really racked up his legs bad. Didn't hurt his spine, so he's not paralyzed. But his legs got so messed up, he didn't have health care coverage, so they massacred putting it back together. He ended up in a wheelchair. He's not paralyzed, but he ended up in a wheelchair.
But his legs don't work.
His legs don't work. And his voice box got crushed, so he talks like that. And he sounds retarded, but he's got all his wits about him.
Fred?
Yeah, you want me.
What?
I got to tell you one thing. In the back door, I liked it.
You liked it in the back door?
Liked it in the back door.
Yeah, but I see the light. No more guys for me.
Oh, no more guys for you, huh?
Yeah.
I'll stick to the dildo.
And you're stuck with the dildo, right?
You guys.
I really think you need to show people out there your plight and how desperate you really are and what you have to do to get satisfaction. And I think that might help your life.
How would he do that?
I'm thinking, he might want to give us a little demonstration today.
Fred, why don't you roll into the bathroom and get your dildo?
No, thanks. I've got a little more class than that.
A little more class than that. He took one in the ass from a guy he met at the deli. Let us know what you're doing, Fred.
It's all lubed up.
It's all lubed up. All right, Fred. Well, you know what to do with it now, so go ahead.
Explain what you're doing, Fred.
Well, we got it up my butt now.
You got it up there, Fred?
Yeah.
How's that feel?
It's getting sting out of the bed.
He has his voice changed.
His voice changed. Your voice got higher, Fred. What happened?
Oh, man, I can sing now.
His voice got higher. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, Jesus.
This is horrible.
We'll do the silent game to him. So, Fred, how's it going in there?
Marvelous. I'm picking up speed nice and fast. Make it count. Oh, mercy, that feels good. I've got enough to lose. I need a girl to just for me. Are you there? Are you guys there? For God's sake, say something. Well, let God just check it out. It's all full of shit. So, ladies, come on down and do me. For God's sake, do me. Okay, I don't know how you guys are. Later, I'm gonna go now.
Oh, my God. Wow. Oh, Jesus.
Anybody else have a hard on?
Opie and Anthony, the virus is spreading. XM 202. The Opie and Anthony Show.
Wow, this show flew by today, man.
Yes.
Getting ready to play What Did We Learn on the Opie and Anthony program today.
Very educational program.
Very educational. We'll go to the phones and read your instant feedback in just a few minutes. If you have something that you learned today, please give us a call.
Hey, thanks, Anthony from Morristown, who works at the place that may help my vehicle. You're a fine man.
Ooh.
All right. Before we get into what do we learn on the Opie and Anthony program today,
yes,
we want to debut a brand new promo from Steve, from
Oh.
Martini Steve.
Oh.
Martini Steve. He came up with another concept promo.
He did.
Can we do the, hey, I can't hear you guys promo?
I can barely hear you guys, by the way.
Hardly hear us?
Hey, man, I can't hear you.
I
can't hear you.
The listeners for the last 5 months off and on have been saying, I can't hear you.
Hey, I can barely hear you.
To the tool in Washington who doesn't think that I know how to run the equipment. Fix the fucking phones! Nice.
Wow, that's angry.
The Opie and Anthony program. Or that stupid XM, the stinger they do.
Oh,
whatever it is.
Terrible.
What is it?
The worst piece of music
They
ever.
want us to. They want all our promos to end with that.
They
thing, too.
love that thing.
Well, how does it go?
They love it.
It's depressing and horrendous, and it's never being on the show.
Isn't it depressing?
It's awful.
Why is it depressing?
Because it's terrible.
Where is it?
It's because there's a bunch of programming geniuses that work at XM.
What it is?
They know
it's
better
supposed to be
than
like,
us.
oh, when I hear it.
Ah, the hell is that?
Those are logos. Well, where's Eric? Where's the thing?
Yeah, where's the one we wanted?
Hawk.
No, let's hear that. Just hit it. Just hit it.
Hit it, sweetie.
Wow,
That's
Eric,
good.
you're
Wow,
usually
Eric.
good, but you just failed miserably.
Stink on ice over here.
Eric failed miserably trying
Hawk.
to find what I want.
Hawk, find what Opie wants.
It ain't
going to
be that one. That's 10 seconds long. This thing is only a 2-second little
Hawk.
sting thing.
XM 202.
All right, let's go to the phones and play. What did we learn on the Opie and Anthony program today? Let's say hi to Curtis. Curtis, what's going on?
What's up, guys? Great to have you back.
Hi, Curtis.
How you doing?
I'm doing great, sweet cheeks. Thank you very much, gentlemen. I learned that, even bilateral wheelchair people can even take it up the ass.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, they replayed that today? Cool.
Yeah, that was freaking hilarious. I work on a wheelchair van, and I take all the retards around. And, that was absolutely hilarious.
Thank you, buddy.
Thanks, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Great to have
Oh, I'm sorry. Let's
Great
go to
to have
Mike in Maryland. And, Mike, what did you learn on the program today?
Hey, good morning, fellas.
Hi.
Hey, man.
Jimmy, just want to let you know you killed in Baltimore.
Oh,
you were
thanks.
great. Thanks for signing my CD.
Thanks for
And
coming.
I learned what felching was.
What's
Yes.
felching? What
How's
is
that?
it? Oh, he doesn't know, though.
Ooh, he lied.
All right, let's go to Rick in Boston. Rick, what did you learn on the Opie and Anthony program today?
What's up, guys? I learned that finching is when you suck cum out of a bird's ass.
Finching, yes, we did learn that. Finching.
Or
yeah, that's funny.
it can also be if you come in Atticus's backside.
Yeah.
That's right.
Finching.
And you suck it out while he's defending a black gentleman.
Very good.
All right.
Punching out.
What an education we got.
Yes, Doughboy from wagbag.com. He learned Anthony has a fat Italian hog and that I'm being strong-armed by the mob.
Uh-huh.
Well, I'm not.
Oh.
Just mentioned a few
Huh?
places that I
What?
liked.
Enough with the plugs.
Mormon from Jordan. Jesus. Mormon Jordan from Utah. I learned Opie would rather have ass cancer. That's not what I said. That's what Brother Wheeze said.
Tony, you should go to Dr. Kennedy. He's good.
Let's say hi to Waldo. Waldo, what did you learn on the Opie and Anthony program today?
And where are you?
Yeah, I'm actually in Philadelphia, gentlemen.
All right.
Oh, well, there he is.
What's going on down there?
Found him.
It's a little cold. Anyways, I learned today that Jim Norton is a little overweight, just a tad.
Did we really learn that?
Yeah, well, I went to eatable.com and I saw his picture, and I was like, wow, he could use a little weight loss, but...
Just plug the website. There's a little backhanded compliment there.
Thank you, fella.
Waldo, why are you worried about how other guys look?
What's going on?
Well,
Really?
I'm going to be honest with you. I think he has some potential. If you look at his face, he's got some nice facial features. His cheekbones are nice and solid. I mean, I think he has some potential.
You're looking a little too closely at our little Jimmy.
I say let this gentleman finish. Go right ahead, sir.
I like him with the long locks that he's wearing today, though.
What's going on in Philly?
He gets a little makeover, put a little hair in there, a little gel. Run a mile or two a day. He's good. He's
You know
good in my eyes.
how awful I'd look with spiked hair, gelled hair?
Ooh.
Like a
I think
fool.
he's effective.
All right,
Like
thank
a
you.
fool.
Let's go to Rich in Philly. Rich, what did you learn on the Opie and Anthony program today?
Yo, guys, I learned that the body is on the tube of space.
Oh, yes, we did learn that today. Very good. All right. I want to remind people that this coming Thursday, Anthony will be broadcasting live at the Hard Rock Cafe for St. Patty's Day, 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. It's called Kegs and Eggs. Yep. Hoping everyone gets there this Thursday at the Hard Rock Cafe.
That's it. I'm out of here.
The Opie and Anthony Show. XM 202. Hit me. It's the worst of the Opie and Anthony Show.
Damn.
And we're back with the Opie and Anthony program. The One virus spreading across America, thanks to XM Satellite Radio. Anthony, when we were off on hiatus, I got to tell you, I was traveling around the country with a lot of these comedians and stuff, and and I followed Jim Norton on tour a little bit, and I got to tell you what happened. I don't even think Jimmy knows what I'm about to talk about here. I was at the Montreal Comedy Festival.
Oh yeah, I missed that one.
And a lot of the guys we know and love were up there. It was me and Rich Voss and a few other guys. And, Jimmy's like, I'm going to do this one show. So I'm like, yeah, I'll check it out, So we go over there, and I'm in the audience. And all of a sudden, it was something where, comedians were not only doing their comedy, they were doing, like, confessions. Like they were doing, like, confessions or whatever.
Yeah.
Like weird stories that happened to them while growing up and stuff. But they made it funny,
Mm-hmm.
And, most of the stories were kind of cute and stuff, whatever. Then Jimmy gets up there, and he starts telling the story about something that happened to him when he was a kid.
Yeah.
And, what's wrong?
Nothing.
Oh. And all of a sudden, Jimmy starts telling the story when he was a kid that he used to play this game.
Yeah.
This game called Monster Rain.
I never heard about this.
Yeah. Just a little game.
What is Monster Rain?
Do you want to explain, or do you want me to explain what I saw?
I'll explain.
Dude, it was the greatest thing, the greatest thing that happened while we were off the air for 2 years.
A revelation?
Well, I don't know. So I'm sitting in the audience, and Jim proceeds to tell this story that when he was a little kid, he would go under the porch when it rained with other little boys in the neighborhood, right?
Yeah.
And the storm would be coming, and the rain clouds and things like that. And I guess Jimmy would yell Monster Rain, and that was the cue for everyone to run under the porch, or in this case, him and his little friend.
Yeah.
And then they would proceed to blow each other under the porch.
Get out of here.
Well, when Monster Rain is coming, the only thing you can do, I guess, is hide under a porch and take a little bald peony in your mouth. Tends to protect you from the rains.
You would have oral sex with little kids under the porch.
I didn't play this 2 weeks ago. I played it when I was 5 and they were 5.
So I understand, but why was it called Monster Ring?
I don't know. I guess we couldn't confront the fact that we were engaging in homosexual behavior at that age. So I would yell Monster Rain, and that was just, look, in hindsight, I realized it was just an excuse to get under the porch. An umbrella would have been more prudent.
So I'm sitting there in Montreal at the show.
Confessing it, by the way. Jeff Singer's show, Confessing It.
Confessing It. And Jimmy's telling the story.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, I know eventually you and I are going to be back on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
And sure enough, we are here at XM Satellite Radio. It's getting more gooder every day.
Right.
I think we're up to like our 20th broadcast or something like that. And all of a sudden I yelled to the waitress, get me a pen. And I wrote it on my hand to remind myself I did not want to forget this one. And when we got back to New York, I wrote in my little book of things we were going to, eventually do on the show. So there you have it.
Yeah, a little embarrassing.
Yeah, that sounds like
Jim's Monster Rain story.
And he told me, he's like, I will remember that. And I don't even remember how long ago this was, but it's a while ago. I mean, it's got to be 15 months ago, something like that. It was like last summer, I think.
Yeah.
And I'm like, there's no way he's going to remember that. And you certainly did.
And you take him under the porch, and then what would you say to each other after it's done? Wouldn't it be a little awkward or weird?
I don't remember, actually. I'm sure there was a lot of avoiding eye contact, especially when we walked outside. There was dry grass, and there was dirt with no mud on it.
No rain at all.
Yeah, we realized we've been bamboozled again to sucking each other's penises.
Is that the sickest story you've heard?
That's pretty twisted, man.
But I told that at
Jimmy.
Confessing It. I felt you had to tell a true story. That was embarrassing, and that was both.
Monster Ring.
By the way, I'm sitting here, and I'm wondering when the F are they going to get to our office?
Eventually.
We got here in New York, and they said they were going to give us an office, and they started, building it a couple weeks ago, but they haven't been here in weeks.
They'll get it done.
So we have to hang out in the studio to prepare for the show, then we do the show, then we do, meetings in the studio.
If you want something little more pertinent to bitch about. Enough with the Carlin bits, all right? If I have to hear another goddamn George Carlin bit when we go to commercial break, I'm gonna shoot myself. Enough. Do we have other comics we can play aside from George Carlin? I've heard that. What was it? The House of Blues one? 8,000 times. Enough.
I never thought I could get sick of hearing a Carlin bit ever.
Ever. I know. But now, how many times? There's got to be other stuff. We have other comedians loaded on that thing, don't we? How come it's always the stupid Carlin bit?
I don't get it. They explain that we have to throw this stuff into the computer like 2 weeks in advance, and I don't know.
Yeah.
So supposedly they're gonna, get more comedians involved in the whole thing and more variety. But we're stuck with the George Carlin bits. We're stuck with no Office still. This is our 20th show, and we thought, we would have everything set up.
It'd be nice to get done with the show and be able to go to an office instead of hanging out in here for another hour after the show is done.
I don't care where we sit, as long as Tuesday night, Game 1 starting, American League Championship, and the Yankees are going to smack the fucking Red Sox right in the face.
Absolutely. Oh, here's Ben now. Sure. Jackass.
Nice.
Ben, what do you think of your Sox chances this year?
Choking jizzbags is what they are.
Yeah, we'll always blow it. We always blow it.
Yeah, that's true. I'm glad you're very familiar with the situation.
It's all about the Pats. You're a well-trained Boston Red Sox fan.
A little early.
Yeah,
a little early to be
that's
talking
all
about
right.
the Pats, my friend.
Yeah. Well, they have 2 in a row. There's no way.
Yeah,
absolutely not. They're finished.
Jesus.
All right, Anthony.
Yep.
In honor of the Monster Range story that Jimmy just told, I got a song.
Ooh.
I got a Monster Range song.
Already?
Wow.
That was quick.
Certainly was.
Who did this one? Who's Chemistry?
That's quick.
Who the hell's Chemistry?
He came out with that one.
Already?
Yeah.
You told the story 5 seconds ago. Wow.
Chemistry from Whackbag has a Monster Range song already?
That was, Jesus, quick.
I really love that Whackbag, man. They've supported us.
Absolutely.
Unbelievable. I mean, I go on there every night, and no one complains about the show ever.
Yeah.
They're just so psyched to have us back.
Yep.
It's great.
We had to take 2 years off, so they really, really appreciate what we do on a daily basis, and it's just been a pleasure to go to whackbag.com after every show and just read the appreciation threads, and they're just loving the new show. Even though it's a work in progress, we still got a lot to do to get it in shape,
Right.
I wish someday they would get us off this stupid premium crap. I think it's a joke that we're even on the premium.
Yeah, well, I don't see that happening.
I don't really care. We can do whatever we want here. It's fine.
Yeah.
If we come off, we're going to have to tone down the show. There's no way we're going to do that.
Yeah,
I just can't take the hours.
But we got an audience that's the size of like a college radio station,
Yeah.
It'd be nice to actually talk to a lot of people, and I think this premium channel crap is really holding us back. But they're not even listening in Washington at all. They just will not listen to what we're saying.
No, I don't see us ever getting off of this premium.
But anyway, so we this guy Chemistry from I guess Whackbag has a Monster Range song.
Already, yeah.
It's called Jimmy Says. Let's see.
Huh. Ooh.
Get your cock out. Jimmy says, get your cock out. Put my cock in your mouth. Put your face south while we're under the house. Jimmy, crawl under the porch. Yeah, I said it, crawl under the porch. The monster rain's coming, the sky's gray. My pants down, 2 kids helping each other under the damn house. Y'all know the game, monster fucking rain, it ain't a damn thing changed. You're all under the porch, your friend fillets you. Crawl under as 2 digits masturbate you. I alleviated the stress with a cock caress. I exploded my friend's neck with a monster mess. Just 2 little boys, no need for vaginlube. Stuck on a little crotch with a slight lack of pubes. We gotta keep it quiet, make sure mom don't find out. I'll finish you off quick so I can pull mine out. It's just a little pleasure with a lot of shame. Who cares, I gotta blame it all on the monster rain. Get your cock out. Jimmy says, get your cock out. Put my cock in your mouth. Put your face south while we're under the house. Jimmy, crawl under the porch. Yeah, I said it, crawl under the porch. The monster rain's coming, the sky's gray. My pants down, 2 kids helping each other under the damn house. Jimmy Norton, get your cock out. Jimmy Robinson, get your cock out. Billy D'Angelo, get your cock out. Everybody, get your cock out.
Hey, that's not bad, huh?
That's pretty funny.
And fast.
That is pretty funny.
Chemistry from whackbag.com with a Monster Rain song. We were just talking about the that story that Jimmy told up there in Montreal. And
Chemistry was up there in Montreal, saw Jimmy's act, and thought he'd write that song. That's pretty clever.
Yeah.
But, and we get to use it. Now we get to use it and play it on the show.
Yeah, I noticed you're playing with these really, really cheap poker chips that someone sent in.
Why don't someone send in some good poker chips? These are the cheap little plastic ones.
Right.
And they're in a round little case and stuff. I hate these
and
things.
they're not. They don't look like the Vegas chips. They're
No.
red.
No.
You got
Red, white, and blue.
Yeah, red, white, and blue.
Ugh.
Ooh. Listen to this. Listen. They don't even sound heavy or anything.
Those are awful.
Just brutal.
Yeah.
What are we going to do with these poker chips?
I don't know. Well.
Hey, Ben, just throw it to the side here. Just put it in front of me.
Yeah.
Could you grab Noah, please?
By the way, when is that girl coming in with the lesbian couch as we rebuild the Opie and Anthony program? Remember?
Yes, we need a lesbian couch.
Remember that girl? I forgot where she's from. I think up near somewhere in New England. She's coming down with the lesbian couch.
Supposedly. I think this is the second time we're supposed to have somebody bring a couch. And they've not come, so I'm not holding my breath.
Mm-hmm. Well, I can't wait to get the lesbian couch back into the Opie and Anthony studio. Then we can start inviting the girls to come down.
Wonder if somebody around here is going to complain that a couch is being brought in.
Yeah.
Complains about everything else we do. Oompa loompa.
Yeah.
Jeez, enough.
The miserable old guy downstairs that freaking lets us in the morning.
Oh, he's the worst.
Yeah. Oh. I hate that guy.
Yeah. What a curmudgeon. Fatso. He's always asleep. Looks like Pat Cooper.
Well, last week you got the Jägermeister machine, so we're getting the place back in order
Psyched.
here. Got the Jägermeister machine. We'll get the lesbian couch. I think it's next week, hopefully.
I don't drink.
Huh? I know you don't
we know
drink,
you
but
don't
it's
drink.
it's great for the show though. It
Yeah.
loosens everybody up before they come on the air with us. So,
Yeah.
All right.
Psyched about Halloween?
Not really.
Coming up, I'm a little psyched.
For what?
Me and my chick.
Yeah,
I don't know. We're like psyched about buying some candy and new neighborhoods. So we used to live in an apartment, so it's going to be nice living in a house to have kids come around and knock on the door and giving out their Halloween candy.
Yeah, but now that you're living out on Long Island,
yeah,
you just moved out there a few weeks ago?
Yeah,
I'm trying to think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just last month.
You're gonna have to get the good candy now.
Yeah,
you're in the neighborhood.
I'm not going to get those little ones. I'm going to get the full-size candy bars.
Because when you used to live in Brooklyn, no one was really coming to your door for
No
candy.
one came to the door in Brooklyn.
But now you're going to have to be Mr. Halloween guy this year.
But I'm looking forward to it. It's part of suburban living that I'm actually very excited about. Hand the candy out to the little... We're looking at the little costumes coming to the door. Trick or treat. And I'll give them full-size candy bars. It'll be all nice. Nice neighborhood, so I don't have to worry about riffraff or nothing. It's going to be nice.
Are you going to dress up this year? Anthony always dresses up for Halloween.
I don't always dress up.
Yeah.
Occasionally, if we go to Halloween parties, I'm going to dress up because it's a party.
You dressed up as, what was it, a pirate or something? There's a picture.
I wasn't a pirate. I was some type of Renaissance gentleman.
Faggot.
I had a sword and a frilly shirt and...
Ant's one of these
like
guys that still dresses
guy.
up for Halloween.
Only if I'm going to Halloween parties.
I refuse to dress
and
up.
I had it laying around.
And I will not be dressing up this Halloween again.
I'll do it for the kids. Like, I'll spray my mule nice and blue and then tell them it's cotton candy.
Very nice.
I turn all the lights off and hide because they're ringing the bell and I'm too cheap to get candy.
Now, you used to have to do that if you ran out of candy.
Yeah.
You would, hide and have to live like you're a hostage in your own house.
Right.
But now, no, I'm very psyched. It's going to be it's kind of a new thing, living in the suburbs. And I'm kind of excited about it. Unlike an apartment building where, you knock on the door, you think it's a kid trick-or-treat, and all of a sudden it's home invasion time. There goes your computer, television. You're left tied up and raped.
4 Dominicans with, like, they're wearing pillowcases over their heads and they have hammers.
Dude, we've been promising for the last 3 or 4 days this Drildo bit. We got to finally play it. We got to finally play it. I don't know. This came in. I don't even know if it's going to be, sound good or whatever. But basically, this guy, how's the story go? He had a drill. He put a dildo on the end of it.
A dildo on the end of a drill, and I guess he used it on his chick.
Right.
So
and he taped the whole thing. He's like a faithful listener to the show. Some guy named Robification Oh, I think that guy's on Whackbag.
Yeah?
Another guy from whackbag.com, Robification. Or Robification, something like that. What is his name?
How do you spell it? R-O-B-I? That would be Robification.
Robification?
R-O-B-E, it would be Robification.
Dude, these early hours are killing me. I can't speak right. I'm not sleeping.
What do you complain? I do stand-up at night. I get up at 5:11 this morning, and I got to bed at like 1:30.
Getting up every morning at
Really
3:30 a.m. is just killing me.
It's hard to get used to.
It's absolutely killing me. I can't focus. Having a tough time, pronouncing these big words.
Oh,
Afternoons
sweetie.
ruled.
But anyway, so Robification or Robification, whatever the hell his name is, he used this drill dough thing on his chick, and we got the audio. Steve says it's amazing.
Yes, it's
Anyone else notice about Steve? I'm starting to notice a weird pattern about him.
Yeah.
I might be going out on a limb, but anyone else noticing that he's starting to wear clothes that have like flames on it?
He's been doing that for a little while now.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I remember him, when we were working at WMAW, he would just wear like concert shirts and stuff.
Yeah, concert tees, any kind of like hard rock bands on his shirt. But now he's going for this flame thing.
But it's very kind of subtle. It's like maybe once, twice a week, all of a sudden he comes in with something that looks kind of flamey.
Yeah, like a shirt.
Yeah.
Or he'll come in with a hat with some flames on it or something. I think it's his look. I think he's going for a look. I don't know what it is, but...
I'll tell you what it is. It's Chelsea.
I don't know.
Stupid fruit.
But I noticed something is going on with him.
Yeah.
Definitely something's going on with him.
The reason I like wearing flames is it keeps me warm. What?
Flaming Steve.
Flaming Steve. I smell promo. Flaming Steve.
Yes.
Anyway, speaking of Steve, the sweepers... What is wrong with them? They're all,
they're the violence against women sweepers.
They're all making us look, you and I look gay.
Yep, gay and beat up women.
That's
pretty much it. It's the only sweepers we get.
I think he has issues with women or something.
Oh, I thought you were actually saying that he should, encouraging him. Good job.
Job well done. More women-hating promos.
That's right.
That's the weirdest thing, though. It's like that's all he has is two forms of promos. The gay promos for you and I, and promos about women get beat up. You heard of the one about the bus and stuff.
Yeah.
What the F? Dude, when am I going to get an instant replay? I don't
get one.
I don't like the fact that only you get to play the sound effects.
You don't get one.
All right, well, we got to play this drill dough bit. Supposedly it's really good. Steve, that's where we were going. Steve says this is really, really good.
All right.
Really good audio. He was taping his chick as he was using this drill dough on her. Let's take a listen to this, and we'll be back with the Opie and What?
He got you.
Shit. Here's the drill dough bit. Ooh. Maybe not. Maybe if some of this freaking equipment will work around here.
Are you kidding? Again?
Hit the button, sweetie.
Yeah, that's the problem with the new studio.
I swear to God, this is driving me absolutely fucking nuts.
By the way, that intern is a fag. I'm sorry. He's too handsome to not be.
When is DC going to fix the fucking
language, young man?
Easy. There we go.
All right, let's try it again. Because you don't need timing in comedy or anything.
No, of course not.
Let's hope not.
Yeah, I want the drill. Oh, please.
Should I turn it on?
Yeah. Oh, God. Oh, God, I want the whole thing. Oh, my God. Oh, fuck. Oh, God, I'm in trouble. Oh, my God, I'm in trouble. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, fuck. Oh, God. Oh, my God. Oh, I'm in trouble. Oh, God, don't stop. Oh, my God.
What did I just do to you?
Treating me like a whore.
How'd I do that?
By using the trill on me. Yeah. Oh, God, yeah. Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, fuck me with it. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, fuck me. Oh,
You are?
Oh my God, yes. Oh God. Oh yes. Fuck.
No.
Oh please. Please fuck me.
No.
Please fuck me.
No.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I think you're done for today.
No, please.
No.
Please, just a little more. Just a drill on me a little more.
The drill?
Yeah, just a little more.
You don't like the drill?
No, want the drill. Please. Yeah.
Only one orgasm?
Oh, yeah.
You promise?
Uh-huh, I promise. Oh, God.
Tell me when to turn it on.
Oh, God, turn it on, please.
Okay.
Full. Oh, fuck! Oh! Oh, God! Yes! Oh, that's it, please, that's it! Oh, my God! Oh! Oh! Fuck you! Oh, my God! Filthy lip. Oh, my God! Oh, my God, yeah! Oh, God, that's it! That's it! Oh, God. Oh, yeah.
Okay, sit up.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
I think your windows are open.
Are they? Oh, God.
You're kind of loud.
I'm sorry.
Suck on my cock.
Yeah. Oh, God. Oh. Mm. 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 Mm.
Oh, yeah.
Mm. 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 Come on my face. Oh.
Jesus.
Wow.
Oh my God.
No,
Had
please.
enough of my cock.
I want you to come
Listen,
on my
no.
face.
No.
Fine.
Holy ass.
Nice.
That's
Wow, what a pig.
The sexiest drill scene since Body Double.
Hot.
Got to thank Robification or Robification for sending that in from Whackbag. We'll be playing that a few times, man.
I hope that doesn't offend the fucking priest in the office that's been running around irritating everybody. What a cockblocker of fun.
Oh, you don't like him?
No, I certainly don't.
I've got another puzzle for you. Oompa, loompa, doompa dee dee. If you are wise, you'll listen to me.
Just glares in here every day, pissed off, unhappy that we're getting the attention. Sorry.
New show in town, pal.
Sorry, mister. Believe me, you think it's bad now? Wait 5 months till I got to go to West Palm and do the Improv.
What are you talking about, 5 months? That would... Wait, October... The middle of March, you're going to be... How do you know that?
Because I'm booked in advance.
Yeah, he's way booked. Sure. I understand.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter. I don't even remember when it is. I think it's like March 17, 18, 19, something like that.
Why go so far in advance?
People might want a vacation to Florida. Get down there. I don't know.
Jeez, it's really weird that they're booked that far in advance, though.
Oh, yeah, you have to be, dude. You have to be. Shit, week after that, I think I'm going to Fort Lauderdale to do the Improv. I don't care. I'll plug it 5 months in advance. Doesn't mean anything to me.
Sure. Why does our brilliant bit have to be destroyed by your stupid plug whoring?
Well,
That's what I want to know.
It had to come down somehow. And what better way to wreck it than to line my pockets with cash?
Right.
Hey, I know we were beating it into the ground, but why did it have to end that way?
Well, we knew it was... And I guarantee you, at least one douchebag go, you know, I was enjoying that. Why do you have to ruin it? It just kills the flow. I had a boating accident.
One guy said Jimmy ruined it. This is like Andy Kaufman playing the bongos on stage for an hour.
Yeah, but Hobo Jack Daniels from Philly, I fell for it. I'm a fucking idiot.
guy's saying that John Kerry's going to kick George W.'s ass in November. There's people that were actually buying it. What tools? And I hear we brought Whack-Bag down.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it crashed because everybody was, what the fuck? Wait, I thought they were doing 7 a.m. to 11 a.m., but they did, what did we learn just before 10?
That was a believable thing to do 6 months worth of material in 40 minutes.
Yeah, like every old show.
Everything.
Was being brought up.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. It's only 3 weeks, our 20th show. Halloween, anyone? Yankees? Drildo?
Weirdest reenactment of a worst of ever.
All right, why don't we take a break?
I don't know who's a bigger tool, you guys for selling it or me for buying it. Great gag.
Well, we didn't really try to sell it.
No.
Yeah, it was just to be
Having
silly geese.
We were silly
Just having some fun.
Silly and goofy.
Sometimes I like to do things and then just go, gotcha.
Gotcha.
All right. It's the Opie and Anthony program. New hours. We're doing 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. East Coast time. You figure out the math for what that means to you, but we moved the show up an hour.
4 to 8 in L.A. and Seattle.
4 a.m. to 8 a.m. Well, that's why we did it, to get a little... That's why we did it, to get a little more West Coast action.
Reno?
So right now it's like 7:30 in the morning in L.A. and on the left coast there. So we're hoping we get a little more interaction with the West Coast.
Shouldn't the phones just be abuzz with California calls now?
Yeah.
This is their extra hour that they're getting a little later in their day.
Yeah. I call it La La Land.
That's what I like to call it. L.A.
That's how you know someone's in show business. When you say, I got to go to L.A., they go, oh, La La Land.
La La Land.
Of course.
Really? Yep, leaving the Big Apple.
Going to the land of fruits and nuts. Fruity, gay, and crazy. That's what they are out there.
All right,
Carlin, can I say one thing about Carlin? He is such a genius. He had a joke about AIDS one time, and he was saying something about how do you make someone's parents feel good if their kid has AIDS. You could say, well, he was a fruit. Now he's a vegetable. At least he's still in the produce section.
Holy Jesus.
Carlin
is the angriest man alive
dude,
these days.
He's a fucking genius, man.
He is the angriest guy alive these days, though. He used to be all about fun.
Yeah.
But he has just gotten darker and darker as he's gotten older.
Okay, he doesn't care anymore.
No.
From hippy-dippy weatherman to there is no God, never was. I love it. I love him more now than I ever did.
Still in the produce.
What a genius.
That is funny.
Let's go to Jason in New Mexico. Jason?
Yeah.
What's up?
Man, you sons of bitches got me, man. I thought the show was over. I was pissed.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
God, I don't know if we're that good at acting, but...
Apparently I am, Ope.
All right.
Awful acting.
You've seen what's going on lately. I'm very good.
Let's go to Keith in...
I'm looking forward to Halloween.
What are you going to dress up as in 4 or 5 days from now?
Well, since Halloween is a mere stone's throw away, I believe I will don some Roman emperor's outfit, perhaps.
Some faggoty outfit. Keith, what's up?
Oh, guys, I got to tell you how happy I am. You changed this thing by an hour. I can call in. I'm going to call in all the time and bug the shit out of you guys.
All right,
what's
from
up,
L.A.
What?
I said, what's up, Sizzle Chest?
Hi, fella. Did you like when I threw
it? For you guys before I punch out.
Huh.
I think you need a new laugh track. The old one's kind of funny, but it's getting old. I got a hell of a cackle I'd like to give for you guys right now. You got only special times, though, when you're really making fun of somebody. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right?
Punching out.
That was you?
That was him.
All right.
He's doing an imitate. We might as well just pull the clip of D-Day from Animal House when he steals the cop car.
I do agree
That's
with him,
pretty
though.
much
We
what
need
was.
need some new laughs.
A laugh track.
We need
some new laughs.
We need some new laughs.
Maybe we can pull some off my CD when it drops in a week or two.
Oh, a few laughs on that?
Jesse from Texas. What's up, Jesse?
Yeah, y'all had me going until you came up with the poker chip.
I know.
You brought that in on the wrong order.
Well, then we try to, spin the poker chip thing back to when the girl brought in the lesbian couch and I threw all the poker chips at her.
Yeah, but didn't you remember she brought
I
the
know,
poker chips?
I know.
Like, yeah, put the poker chips she's going to bring over there so when she comes we can throw it at her.
Well, your acting was so good, you should have said, I hate these chips. Hope someone brings them today.
Well, I didn't think, people were going to study everything. Go, wait, okay, they got to be fit. This has to be live because they just blew the poker chip thing because she did bring them in, and
right.
I didn't think people know the show that
That
deeply.
was the beauty of that. And, hey, I love when you said Steve is wearing some flame stuff once or twice a week.
Once or twice, yeah. What was that?
I mean, it's starting to be like a thing. I don't know. I'm noticing a pattern.
Perhaps in a couple of months it will be a big thing.
Not going to make fun of it yet because we don't know what it's about.
It's just very rare. It's amazing I even noticed it.
Have you guys noticed that? As well as a lot of other things that might cover a month coming up in 30 minutes?
Chad from L.A., what's up? Oh, we just lost him. He waited too long. All right, why don't we take a break? We've been having fun with the Jay Leno monologues. We have another one. We were backed up a little bit.
Oh, cool.
This is when Jay Leno finally was able to, go back to telling jokes full time because he was having everyone else fill in for him a little bit.
Because of the court order.
The gag order or whatever. So here's Jay Leno, Michael Jackson jokes, and then we'll come back and do one more segment for you guys today.
Alrighty.
New hours, 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. on the East Coast for the Opie and Anthony program.
The judge has lifted the gag order. We had a gag order. We couldn't do any Michael Jackson jokes. In fact, I was quite on today. He cited a line in the Constitution in my defense. Show the Constitution. See this? Look at this. See that? No, Congress will make no law forbidding a man with a big chin from telling jokes. Can you see that? See that right there? It's a very small. Exactly. Oh, very much. Now the gag order is lifted. I can finally say what I have not been allowed to say all this time.
All right.
Michael Jackson is my father. As you know, yesterday Michael showed up at the courthouse late, or as he likes to call it, a little behind. Actually. When Michael finally did arrive, he was looking disheveled, wearing pajama bottoms, and walking stiffly, which is how most boys usually leave Neverland Ranch. But that's Save your applause. There's a million of these. I mean, come on. Isn't that strange, showing up to court wearing pajama bottoms and a T-shirt? I mean, is that really a smart move? You're being accused of child molestation. You're sitting there wearing your garanimals? I don't think so. In fact, the worst part was when the kids saw the pajama bottoms and said, hey, those are mine. See, I think Michael got confused. I think he saw all the kids waiting to testify and figured, oh, this is some kind of sleepover. I must have missed out. But there was no court today. No, the jury they had today off. Actually, they were given 3 days so their skin could stop crawling. That's basically what they do. So they'd come back on Monday. See, a lot of people thought Michael was faking it yesterday. They did. But people know Michael says he does have back problems that flare up from time to time, like when he's on trial for child molestation. When you hear about this suicide thing, a lot of people think Michael may be suicidal. That's the latest theory. In fact, last night he swallowed an entire bottle of Flintstones chewables. Yeah, that's the latest. Yeah. Well, actually, it was... Did you hear the testimony? It was pretty graphic. It's pretty creepy. The prosecution said Michael was very manipulative. Like, according to the accuser's testimony, Michael Jackson told him masturbation was important. And Michael told him, this is actually from the trial, he said he once knew a boy who didn't masturbate, and the kid wound up having sex with a dog. And today Prince Charles said, hey, leave my wife out of this. You know, this is...
Learn to play poker with the Opie and Anthony Show.
No. Oh, God. He spilled my chip.
I'm sorry, sir.
Opie. Now clean it out!
That's right. Be a poker player, just like your father.
The Opie and Anthony Show.
Are you happy now, Opie? Are you happy?
The Opie and Anthony Show. XM 202.
Hey, Todd, what's going on today, buddy?
Good morning, boys. How you doing?
Good. What's up?
Good morning, fucking wasp.
Hi.
Hey, I want to let you guys know how bad you fucking got me. First of all, you got to understand that I've been listening to you every single day driving a truck over the road since you guys came to XM Radio.
Thank you,
because
sir.
I spend so many hours out on the road, there's quite a few days where I listen to you guys 2 or 3 times. And I was so pissed off that I actually ended up calling the FU line and cussing you guys out on the FU line. You guys got me so damn bad.
Wow, we actually got
I'm sitting there
someone?
yelling that you guys need to get your asses back on the air, that it ain't fair and whatnot. This is probably one of the best shows you guys have ever done just because of that stunt.
It was all right.
I don't know, Hope. I think that our acting was a little better than you think it was.
My acting was really good in the beginning because I made my voice sound
these phones really suck, so I'm punching out.
Really tired. I came out of the break going, hey, it was. I just low keyed it.
Look,
to me,
I gotta tell you, this is the first day at doing the new hours, 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. East Coast time. I feel like a different person already. I really do. This is gonna help me tremendously.
Feel like a new man.
A new man. But Anthony thinks it's all relative, and eventually we'll just fall into the same crap.
Absolutely. The only thing that isn't relative is if we were on from 3 to 7 in the afternoon drive.
Oh, how nice.
What an easy day that was.
Dude, you wake up at noon?
Oh, it's noon.
Hey, guys, I can't really hear you, so I'll just start talking.
All right.
Yeah, you guys almost had me at first, but then I started looking at my file, and it says Opie and Anthony Live, so I'm starting to realize, yeah, this has got to be total bullshit.
Yeah, I guess the little whatever they put on the MiFi.
The display?
The display, it changes if we're in best of, so.
And you know what?
Yeah, because I missed the first week of the show, like when you guys first came out, so you guys started talking about Monster Ranch. I'm thinking, okay, this must be best of.
Right.
And then I'm still looking at the screen. It still says Opie and Anthony Live, so I'm just waiting for you guys to come back on.
Well, but you know what Opie did? He told the Monster Ranch story when the reality was he mentioned Monster Ranch and I actually told it.
Yeah, Jimmy told the story, and believe me, I hope he told it better than it was told this time, because that was an awful rendition of that story.
Because Opie's just like, they would yell Monster Ranch under the porch and blow each other. Correct or wrong? Right or wrong, Jim?
Right or wrong. Yep, that's affirmative.
Yep, I confirm.
But we were trying to make it a gag, you know what I mean? We weren't trying to be that believable.
It's not true. I'm a good actor.
Tony, what's up? Tony!
Hello?
You!
What's
Hi.
up?
Hello!
What's up?
Yeah!
All right, he's out. He said he was full. Let's go to Bill the trucker. Bill, what's up?
Hey, listen, you guys got me hook, line, and sinker. And I'm even thinking that when I called in and somebody answered the phone, they said, we're not here right now.
Anyone?
Press 1 if you want to leave a message. And I pressed 1, and it's like, oh, yeah. Oh, I must have got the recording.
Anyone that uses the phrase hook, line, and sinker should be gotten.
That's right.
Hook, line, and sinker.
The only one I want to hear using that is Scott Peterson.
All right. Before we do get out of here, we got to talk about this lady Joanna, whose head was found in a bowling bag.
Nice.
This story happened over the weekend. The New York Post is reporting, and it's just unbelievable.
She wouldn't stop a yapping.
The battle of bowling sleigh pair.
Yeah.
A tightwad husband charged with hiding his spouse's hacked-off head in a bowling ball bag and stashing her body parts in the walls of their home may have snapped.
May have snapped.
May have snapped during a fight over renovating their house.
But see? No, this is called the last straw.
How could you still not be sure if the guy snapped or not, though?
He snapped.
Using the word he may have snapped?
He snapped.
Oh, no, he snapped, right. Ron Savino allegedly broke down and confessed to cops Friday that he killed his wife, Joanna, better known as Pixie, after she threatened to leave him over his refusal to revamp their home.
Pixie.
See?
She just wanted a little home improvement, Anthony.
She wanted a home improvement. He's like, get away from me, shut up. And she just kept, I'm going to leave you. And he goes, you know what? I'm going to cut your fucking head off.
Oh, no, you're not.
Neighbors said that Joanna, who was missing since January 17th, was always nagging the husband to fix up their dilapidated Jersey City home, which had no heat and only a hot plate for cooking.
Nagging. Wow, really?
She was a very clean person, and it bothered her. She didn't want to live like that. He was tight with his money. They used to fight a lot about money. He was a mean, weird kind of guy. She was going to leave him after Christmas.
I hear she was really pissed off because they went out to L.A. once, and he rented this real cheap rental car, and she wanted to rent the Mercedes. But and I hear she was yapping about that, and he was like, "Shut up!" And
well, sure,
perhaps.
Oh. Well, what kind of car did he get?
Some Nissan or something. Some real crappy rental car.
A sensible rental?
A sensible rental, and she was pissed at it. And they call him a tightwad in that story.
Oh, very funny. He was a mean, weird kind of guy. She was going to leave him after Christmas. Savino told friends that his wife had gone to New Mexico or Florida because she preferred warm climates. Because now the neighbors are like, hey, where's your wife? The skinflint suspect.
Skinflint? What year is this?
Warehouse
Skinflint.
worker.
Damn pinch penny.
Plastered the neighborhood with missing person flyers.
Ah, that old gag.
The crime was exposed after cops went to the house and found the victim's sawed-off head and limbs. Damn it, why didn't I have that sound effect ready?
He said, well, you know, we don't have to freeze his whole body. We can freeze his head.
Oh, it's horrifying. They found her head. Where did they find it?
In a bowling ball bag.
In a bowling ball bag. He hid the rest of her body in the walls of the house?
Yeah.
Why did he save the head, I wonder? He could just, like, look and say, I told you to shut up! Like, every so often just yell at her.
That's a good point. You hide the rest of the body in the walls of the house, but you save the head in
Why
a
do
bowling
you save
ball.
the head in a bowling ball bag?
Edmund-
Guaranteed he was looking into it every so often and going, I told you, you bitch.
Edmund Kemper, who was the co-ed killer in California, who eventually murdered his mother, would talk to his mother with a fucking skull in the bowling bag. He killed some
Really?
chick, and he cut her head and put her in a bowling bag. Something weird,
Yeah.
antisocial about that.
A little bit.
Like, beyond just the killing.
Just want to remind people it all started with a nice wedding somewhere.
Oh, I'm sure these two got married. It was nice.
This is a nice ongoing bit we like to do on the program. This started out as a nice little wedding. I'm sure both families were very happy that day. And
How old were they?
it doesn't really say.
I read somewhere he was in his 60s.
Yeah, all right. If they're, she looks a little bit
An
on
older couple.
Like, yeah, she's sure. Why not? So.
And they were together for a while.
Right.
And just he couldn't take it. He snapped. Her head had to go in that bowling bag. What a mess that's got to be. God, hacking up a person's got to just make the scene really messy.
And then
How
on
do
the
you do that?
Then on the same page in the paper, longest divorce in state history is finally over, Anthony.
Yep.
They've been at war for 21 years.
Can you imagine going through a 21-year divorce? Mine took, I think, 3 years. 3 years!
And that seemed like
of
an eternity,
hell,
right?
It was a nightmare for 3 friggin' years. 21 years.
It has raged for more than 21 years and cost hundreds of thousands of dollars, but now New York's War of the Roses, the state's longest and most bitter divorce action, is lurching to an end. Nicholas, a former partner at Wall Street powerhouse Bear Stearns, and his ex-wife Barbara have been slugging it out since 1983.
83. Wow.
Why? What was she trying to greedily get her fucking non-working mitts on?
There was a fight over assets that has spawned thousands of hours of courtroom testimony. The couple have been legally divorced since 1988, but the battle has endured another 17 years.
Him trying to hold shit that he bought and worked for, and her trying to dig her fucking housewife lay on your back claws into it. That's what it was.
Her head belongs in a bowling ball bag.
Certainly does.
Certainly does. That'd be nice.
You understand, right?
You know why they put it on the same page. You know, I wouldn't do it, but I understand.
He's accused her of humiliating and demeaning him and calling him a bozo in front of the kids.
A bozo.
Whoa, what harsh language.
She is something.
So it just went on and on.
What a drip.
And now the guy has to sell his dream home in Staten Island. The house is worth like $2.5 million. It's a 17-room mansion.
He's got to sell it.
He has to sell the house.
Why, to liquidate it? To give that...
Yep.
Fucking... Ugh.
Don't you hate it?
Yeah. But you know what? In a way I do, and in a way, you know what? You guys deserve what you get. Especially now. Well, anyone that's getting married now, why would you do it without signing paperwork? She's going to challenge it anyway, but why would you do it?
You would still get screwed even with a prenup. Because you'll still go to court. They'll try to fight it. You'll get the... You know what the best rule of thumb is? Not get married.
Nope.
That's it. That's it. Love you, darling.
That's why I was smarter than you.
I'm smart. Hey, what did I think? I was broke and 20 grand in debt. What the hell was she going to get? Half my debt? Good, get divorced and go, okay, you owe 10 grand. I owe 10 grand.
But why would the guy have to pay for the lawyer of the wife? I don't understand.
That's how it works. Oh, I had to write over a big fat check to Dominic Barber.
Why though?
Because I was responsible for paying for her. Because that's the way it is. Believe me, I asked why 1,000 times. I asked why. I was like Don Geronimo in the shower crying, why? Why? Watching my checkbook get run over in the driveway.
All right, I didn't prep for the story. It gets even better.
Okay.
But first, let me really fast say that the battle lasted so long, this divorce case, that 4 of the dozens of jurors who've heard evidence have since died.
Died.
Wow. So, okay, they get divorced in 83, like I said, right?
Yeah.
But they've been fighting since, did I say 1988? Something like that?
They've been divorced since 88, but started...
No, don't confuse the issue.
Oh.
They've been slugging out since 83 in a fight over assets that has spawned thousands of... Okay, you're right. Divorced since 1988. I'm sorry, Jimmy. I'm sorry. For 19 months, the wife said she... wait, for 19 months... Says he adhered to the terms of the agreement. Okay, so there was an agreement, and he adhered to it, okay?
For 19 months.
For 19 months. It was $3,200 a month in maintenance and child support while continuing mortgage payments for their former home on Longfellow Avenue, whatever. Okay.
Sounds reasonable.
But then...
More than reasonable.
Then the husband
yeah.
made millions from a public offering of Bear Stearns stock, Anthony.
Son of a bitch,
This
of
is
course.
after the divorce.
After the divorce. That's what happens.
The paperwork is signed.
Yep.
But then he gets this windfall, makes millions of dollars from this Bear Stearns stock thing. So she goes back to court.
Of course she does.
To win a ruling that the 1983 separation document was not legal, even after the couple's divorce was made official in September 1988. So the battle all of a sudden continues again.
Because all of a sudden he, on his own, made some money after their divorce.
After their life together.
Yep.
Their life together is done officially by the court system.
Comes swooping in like a vulture.
Is she saying that because that whatever caused them to allow that windfall started when they were married?
Oh, I'm sure that was it. Yeah.
I don't know why I said.
So a new round of the it's the weirdest last name I've ever seen. Purpura, Purpura, Purpura.
No, Purpura.
Purpura.
He doesn't know.
I don't know. Anyway, so a new round in this case began in March 2003 and finally concluded with the order for the dude, the husband here, to sell his home.
Why?
But the husband says he'll go on fighting.
Good.
They can sanction me all they want and perhaps take my home, but I'll never give up until I have a fair hearing.
Why?
Why should he have to sell his home?
Why should he have to sell his home?
Why? After 20 years, can this fucking bitch go to work?
You vulture.
And contribute something?
Vultures.
Ugh.
Them and the scumbag lawyer that she hired.
Yep.
The laws in this country, the divorce laws in this country are...
Oh, my God, it gets even better.
What happened?
The once wealthy, husband here, who spent more than $100,000 on 6 different divorce lawyers, has appealed so many times that he is now representing himself. He has no more money left. He has no more money left.
Oh, my God.
This divorce has destroyed me financially. I lost my job because of this and my second marriage, too, the husband said, but I won't stop fighting even if I have to live in a pup tent.
Wait, how much did he spend?
$100,000.
$100,000 in how long?
6 different lawyers.
6 different lawyers?
Mm-hmm. That's
cost me over $100,000 for 2 years. For 2 years. How's that? How's that, asshole?
He says
I beat this guy.
He says his ex-wife has already kept all the furniture and all the valuables the pair accumulated together, and the only thing he has left is an antique gun collection, which he should use on her.
Yep.
Which he's now selling off to live. He's going to sell off his little hobby thing.
That is nasty. Oh, my God.
So, crazy.
Yeah.
It's the bitches that'll get you.
That's right, Joe.
It's the bitches that'll get you.
It's the bitches that'll get you.
It's the bitches that'll get you.
Thank you, Joe Pesci. He knows.
Words of wisdom, Joe.
Words of wisdom.
All right. Wow.
Pay for her lawyer.
That's depressing. Oh, yeah. I had to write those checks out. Paid to the order of Dominic Barbara. Huge amount of money for huge asshole.
Are you happy that he's divorced now?
Stunk. Oh, yeah, he got raked on his divorce.
Did he?
And then he goes and buys another ring and gets married again. I'm sure that's a real loving relationship. I'm sure she's not in it for the cash that this guy's wheeling in from poor bastards.
You know what? Yeah. I have to say, I could still see.
Huh?
I could still see getting married.
Hey, good luck to you. Congrats.
I could still see that.
I'll be there. I'll be drinking at a table, watching you dance. That's fine. I'll be there.
But I can't see getting married again.
Again? You figure give it one shot.
One shot. Maybe try to get some papers drawn up. Whatever. Protect yourself a little bit. I could see giving it a shot.
Buy yourself a bowling ball bag and a knife. That's what I say, gentlemen.
But then to go through something like this and then decide, like this guy especially, he ended up getting married again, and that marriage ended.
Really? What a sap. Why do you do that to yourself? Unbelievable. Unbelievable that they do this to themselves time and time again.
Dave in New York, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, boys? What's
Hello.
up,
Hey. Hi.
What did that guy do with his bowling ball?
Yeah. What did he do with his bowling ball?
Good question. That's how people got suspicious. He was carrying his bowling ball to the lanes in a glad baggie. Wait a minute, that's your bag.
Oh.
True.
Yes. What did he do with his bowling ball?
Make a mistake, you throw your wife's head down the lane and go, oh, damn.
Funk.
Makes it a quarter of the way down in the gutter, staring up that dead glazed stare.
Oh, it starts rolling nice, but then all of a sudden it just makes a wacky right turn.
Oh,
It's
boy,
not
it bounces
perfectly
off
round.
the nose. Right. Into the gutter, staring back at you. Stop yelling at me! You got to take another ball and hit it so it ends up going back down and shoots it back out the ball return.
And all of a sudden the guy in the next lane doesn't realize it, but he's got his fingers hooked in your ex-wife's nose, and you're trying to get the ball back discreetly.
And you go, oh, you silly goose, that's my wife's head.
It's my wife's head.
Sir, didn't you feel that? It's fleshy.
There, stop.
Oh,
it
brother.
Smells.
Let's go to Doc, the trucker. Doc?
Yeah.
What's up, Doc?
What's going on, guys?
Hey, man.
Get it? What's up, Doc?
Oh,
that's
kind of good.
Thank you.
Oh, I didn't know.
You drive a truck, Doc?
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
You like bowling, Doc?
My mind's working sharper.
Go ahead, Doc.
Hours. Thank you.
Hey, I want to come up there and drink a gallon of milk for you guys. Show you how it's done. Wendy and my five.
When do you think maybe you'd like to come up and drink a gallon of milk?
Yeah, we're going to find out if we can do some kind of non-alcoholic drinking contest when we broadcast live Thursday from the Hard Rock Cafe for St. Patty's Day, 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. It's called Kegs and Eggs with your pals Opie and Anthony and Jimmy Norton.
How about a different contest? How about we put an axe in your chest and see how far you can walk?
But you have to say, is anybody home? And we answer with a resounding yes as we swoosh it right into your chest plate.
All right, well, there you have it. Did we cover everything we wanted to today?
I think so.
Jesus.
Yeah? What? Who's that creep?
I don't know.
What's going on in here?
I don't know. Ichabod Crane's looking at.
This is so weird. There's people around now.
No, is that it too? More people show up later in the day?
Oh, yeah, they do.
When we start doing 3 to 7, man, this place.
Oh, no, it's going to be hopping. Hey, we got things to do after the show today?
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you, with these new hours, I'm the get the fuck out of here guy. I'll do whatever we got to do, but make it quick, because if it's lunchtime in Manhattan, that means traffic, pedestrians, and things I don't like.
What do you guys got to do?
I don't know.
Meet with the Rams. The what?
Hey, let's play What Did We Learn on the Opie and Anthony Show today?
For real this time, right, Ope?
Yeah, for real.
Oh, remember
Jimmy.
when we did that gag?
For real.
Remember that?
Dr. Gonzo from whackbag.com. Today I learned Don Geronimo and Hitler have a lot in common. They both killed their dogs. Brion from Minneapolis. I learned that Anthony would gorilla fuck Beth O. Boner from Jersey. Today I learned that Thursday's roadshow will be held at Larky's.
Larky's.
Hey, that's a great callback, Boner. Very nice. Snapman from Whackbag. I learned Jimmy's gigs are booked 5 months in advance. Golden Buns. He learned that Hitler and the Nazis were snappy dressers.
They were.
Fan Dick from whackbag.com. Whackbag just taking over the What Did We Learn today?
I'll say.
Today I learned that Ansel Adams is a photographer.
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 Hey, I have no excuse. I just stink. John from Jersey, I learned that, he learned that Anthony feels bad for Hitler. Chemistry from Whackbag, I'm good. I wrote Get Your Cock Out, recorded it, and emailed it to Steve for broadcast in 3 minutes. Gabe from happyanarchy.com, I learned today the real what I learned today started at 10:55. All right.
I know what I learned.
What did you learn, Jimmy?
I learned that if the show doesn't end quickly, I'm going to shit my pants standing here. Because I have a real emergency brewing.
Gotta take one, eh?
Oh, it's going to be a liquidy disaster.
All right.
James on Long Island, what did you learn on the program today?
What's up there, my big-breasted tranny lover?
Hi, fella. Oh, I didn't know you meant
that
me.
even the most loyal O&A fans are the most gullible motherfuckers in the world.
I think it was 50-50. Thank you.
Is Whackbag still down?
Let's go to Mark. What did you learn on the program today, Mark?
Hey, I learned that next time when Opie goes to his doctor, he's going to find a restaurant up there called Cannolis.
Well, Cannolis is a great restaurant in Little Italy on Mulberry Street. I enjoyed myself last night with the gang, and don't forget about titties in Canarsie.
Yeah.
Party is over.